Hello? I believe there are angels among us. Sit down to us somewhere over. They come to visit, and you Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. Last information checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. Last information checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. So you're the needy press. Last information checked, you're the needy press. So you're the needy press. Last information checked, you're the needy press. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a chat. Last information checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. Last information checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Bitch! Bitch! Oh, I probably shouldn't do that. I'm trying to obey terms of service the best of my ability. Hello, everybody. Hello. On this Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday. December the 11th. I hope you are getting your Christmas shopping done. I am attempting to. Speaking of which, I will say, I have noticed this year that the TikTok shop has been better for me to order off of than Amazon. Like, usually I can order from Amazon even a day or two before Christmas, but they're already telling me that things will arrive after Christmas. So just throwing that out there. If you're on Amazon, you may want to go ahead and get your shit, get your stuff, get your gifts. Oh, anyhow. So Gypsy posted a TikTok today, so we'll have to look at that here in a second. But let me say hello to all you beautiful people. Hey, Dots, Bryn, Bad Girl, Casey May. TikTok shop has crazy shipping fees. It depends. Okay, I found out how you can kind of get around the shipping fees. If you order a certain amount, it'll give you free shipping. So, like, my kid, all they want is clothes. I swear everything on their list is clothing. So if I order like 3 hoodies from the same person, you'll get free shipping. Does that make sense? Yeah. I didn't have any shipping issues with TikTok unless it was like one item. But if you order several things at the same time, I've been pleasantly pleased. Good morning, Sky. Hello, it's Aaron. Sometimes you get coupons too. Yes, the coupons. I noticed that as well. Yeah, they have a lot of deals like that. Hey, Nicole. No, I'm loving me some TikTok shop this year, and they have been very good on the shipping. Like, I've gotten some of my TikTok shop stuff before my Amazon. Amazon has really been slacking for me this year. I don't know why. But anyhow, but I will say, like, some things do take longer because I am just now getting today some of the stuff I ordered back in November. So, anyhow. Hello, VMCG. Hello, Jeff. Ashley Rain, my kids are still young. God, it's so much easier to shop for little kids. I wish I would have realized that when they were little, that it's way too easy to shop for them at that age. Starlight, talk about your membership. Okay, I'm about to. I'll get into that. I'm very salty right now with YouTube. Okay, I haven't even wanted to go live because I'm just so aggravated with YouTube. And their TOS, or I don't even know if it's TOS. It's not terms of service. It's their partnership program. I'm fine when it comes to TOS, not breaking terms of service, but apparently they want to find any reason to take away my monetization. Swear to God. Look, guys, I have not been monetized for over 2 years. So when I was monetized on this channel, I was very excited. I was very excited to do memberships, and I had all kinds of ideas of things I wanted to do. And then I get an email that says you're no longer qualified for the YouTube partnership program because of reused content. Now, I don't even know what the hell. I cannot figure out. Like, do I reuse content? Yes, but so do 500 other people that are reaction channels, because that's what I would consider this, is like a reaction channel. Okay, and they're all monetized. I mean, I'm just going to use Queen Bee as an example, but Queen Bee, is one who, plays other people's content and reacts to it. A lot of channels do. Original Owl. Like, I could name so many reaction channels that have memberships and monetization. But they took mine away for reused content, not copyrighted content, reused content. So I'm wondering if it could be because I have things uploaded on this channel and my main channel, and maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I appealed it and lost, which is bullshit. And then since my appeal did not go through, I can't reapply for monetization until March. So yeah, 2 months. And then actually about 3 months. And then what was I going to say? Can't reapply. Oh, and the money that I did make, in the week that I had monetization and memberships, I will not be able to get that money. Like, everyone will be refunded, and is what I'm trying to say. So, no worries, you will get your money back. They will refund you. And if for some reason they don't, let me know, because it's not coming my way. That's for damn sure. Anyhow, I'm trying not to be salty about it, but I'm pissed. I'm a little pissed. It's all good, whatever. I waited 2 years. What's 3 more months, I guess. Anyhow, but people will be dropping my PayPal. Bryn was so kind to make me my own little QR code thingy. It's so cool. So you can click that, and if you feel so inclined to donate, it's there. I have PayPal and Cash App. I know, Apple. I don't even want to talk about it because it makes me so fucking mad. It makes me mad. I've put a lot of time and effort into this shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, all right. If you haven't hit the like button, please go hit the thumbs up. Really helps get the video out, into the algorithm, because I'm not going to let this get me down, all right? We're going to keep pushing until March, and if I can get reapplied, we'll reapply. So, we're not going to let that stop us, are we? It's okay. It's okay. I'm trying not to be mad about it, so I'm just going to move on. I don't even want to say anything else, but yeah. Hit that that code that Apple Charlotte dropped in here. I'll try to pin it here in a minute. Anyhow, so I guess where should we start? Thank you, Bethany. Well, let me finish saying hi to you guys. We're gonna take our time today, okay? I went live early. I've got time today, so we're just gonna, we'll all float on, as they say. Modest Mouse, yeah. All right, keep on trucking. That's right. Hey, Bella, my voice. Hello, Nomi. All right, who else? Luna Rose, Zen, 1111 Tarot, Christy C. Hello. Teresa Noel, Sil Nat, Jim Girl. Don't want to scroll too far up. TT Domingo, Neon Bombshell. Who else? Stephanie. I like your name, Stephanie. Judy. Hakab. All right, guys, I can't scroll up anymore. I'm gonna get too far, get too behind. All right, all right. Let me get me some water. We're gonna start talking about Gypsy and her book. Sorry that I did not mute and you had to hear me swallow. Thank you to the person who just sent me a PayPal. It's truly appreciated. Thank you so much. I don't want to say your name because, it doesn't put your username. But thank you so much. All right, now, so let me just say, I tried to take a lot of people took one for the team. So I did not purchase in any way, shape, or form Gypsy's book, and I never intended to because I knew that someone would have it. You know what I mean? And someone very kindly let me log into their Audible account, so I was able to listen. Yes, I listened to the book, which means I had to listen to Gypsy's voice for nearly 4 hours. But this is a very interesting book, Gypsy. Now, not in the way where I think anybody should run out and buy it, because it's actually just the repeat of a lot of things that she's already said, with now new added in details, added in bullshit that isn't even true. There's a lot of things that I took away from it. I think oh God, where do I begin? Where do I even start? What do you guys want to know? Cash, hey. What do you guys want to know? Batty, my love. So glad to see you. Yeah, I took one for the team, but so did a lot of other people. I think people in Morbid's Discord were listening to it. I know Kesh streamed it on to TikTok, which was great. Love you, Batty. Pecans. Oh my God, the pecan. That was so disturbing. That's one thing I'm going to say about this book. Gypsy sexualizes everything. It is so disturbing. And why nobody tells her is beyond me. You want to know who probably did tell her? Dee Dee. Dee Dee was probably like, Gypsy, quit being a hoe. Gypsy says in her book, like, there's weird twists of religion also in it. There's religion, there's witchcraft, we've got aliens now, alternate universes, telepathy, and it's all, around sex also, and BDSM, and Gypsy's daddy issues. She says some really disturbing shit. Okay? I don't think I uploaded this one, but maybe I can play it off my phone. Oops, wrong button. All right, let's see. It was just this. I have several clips. We're going to go through some clips, some highlights, but I don't think I added this one. Let's see.
Confusion, fear, and loneliness. They provided me with a fuzzy courage to find ways to explore my teenage curiosities and fulfill my foreign and tingly new needs. I went from wishing for a daddy to fishing for a boyfriend.
Okay, yeah, you hear that? You hear that? I went from wishing for a daddy to fishing for a boyfriend. What the fuck? Like, that is such a strange statement. Lanky, my baby, I love you. Yeah, ew. I mean, is it just me that think that is a very odd statement? Like, you can tell the parts that come straight from Gypsy, and then the parts that are embellished, or the parts that the ghostwriter, fills in things. Daddy Claude, yes. The fact that she had to call him that. She had to call him that every time she referred to Claude. She had to call him Daddy Claude. That was so odd. And she was really into that kinky. Ew, I hate even to call it kinky. Like, if this is your kink, like, people are always like, don't kink shame. Well, sorry, there are some kinks that are a little weird. And one of them would be this daddy daughter stuff. It's so gross. She did it all the time with Nick. And she wants to blame it on Nick like he was the one. She is a freak. It's gross. All right, we're going to get into it. You ready? I'm going to pull some clips from the book. Or hold on, we'll listen to her latest TikTok later, because I can't with her fake ass. All right. We're going to start with, where is it? Okay, with the BB gun. I wanted to talk about the BB gun. And I'll have to, this is probably going to be a 2 to 3 part live stream. Like, this is going to be part 1, all right? And in the second one, I want to get into some of the stuff that she says about Dee Dee, which I don't believe everything she says about Dee Dee, but I do believe some of the things that she says about Dee Dee. I think Dee Dee was like not a schizophrenic. She wants to say that Dee Dee was schizophrenic. I don't believe that at all. But I do think Dee Dee had like mental health issues in the way of, like, I think she almost sounds very childlike herself, Dee Dee. Like, Dee Dee sounds like she's very childlike. I don't know. The dynamic that was inside of that house is crazy. But Dee Dee, there's nothing that Dee Dee has done that would warrant what Gypsy did to her in the end. She was not a threat to Gypsy at all. As a matter of fact, Gypsy fucking says that Dee Dee was afraid of her. She said she was scared as shit of Dee Dee, and Dee Dee was scared as shit of her. As oh, I don't know. But justice for Dee Dee, okay? Justice for Dee Dee. Let us not forget that Friday is the book signing, which I believe people will be going to have a visual for Dee Dee. Maybe Gypsy will light a candle too. We've got witchcraft. Like, this got all the stuff. It's crazy. All right. Hopefully this, I don't know what the rules are when it comes to playing audiobooks on YouTube. I've never done it. So if for some reason something happens to this stream, that is why. But hopefully we're good. So here we go. My time to tand. My time to tand. We're going to speed it up a little bit. All right, and this is about the BB gun and all of that.
I slickly maneuvered my wheelchair to block the couch cushion. I was a human compass arrow that led the pirate right to its booty. Move out of the way.
Okay, wait. I don't want to play this one yet. We need to start with the other one first. Right? Let me make sure. Yeah. Okay, so the first time that Dee Dee caught Gypsy with Dan, right? She caught Gypsy with Dan when she was on her, like, they had like a bunch of burner phones, basically a bunch of government phones. So Dee Dee did know that Gypsy had a cell phone. She just didn't know what she was doing on that cell phone. And when she found out what Gypsy was doing on that cell phone, she was like, oh, hell no, Gypsy. Gypsy said at one time that she wanted, when she was little, she wanted to be a nun. Okay. Gypsy brings up religion in very weird ways throughout the book. And, she talked about Catholicism and wanting to be a nun. And if you notice, like, she'll still, and she does it in the interrogation, I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. Like, I don't know. Gypsy says at one point that she craves holy water. Someone said that. I haven't heard it. Did I hear that with my own ears yet? I don't know. Anyways.
I didn't understand this at the time, but I believe it was the intense power of nature that guided my compulsion to separate from her.
Okay, I found that little snippet to be interesting. Her intense, what was it?
I didn't understand this at the time, but I believe it was the intense power of nature that
The intense power of nature. Okay.
guided my compulsion to separate from her.
That guided her compulsion to separate from her mother. The intense power of nature.
We all have to grow up. Turns out mothers can't fight Mother Nature. At around 2 o'clock in the morning of Good Friday, April 22nd, Dan texted Mama's phone, which I had hidden in my dresser drawer on my side of the bed. I'm in the hospital, the text said. I got beat up real bad. I'd like you to be with me. So I grabbed the phone and my government phone.
Okay, first of all, I don't think Dan wanted Gypsy to come up to the hospital. I really don't. I think maybe I'm wrong though. I don't know. The stuff that she says about Dan is interesting. He wanted pills. Oh, that makes sense. And did you notice she said she grabbed two phones? She was like, I grabbed the phone and the government phone. Dan never wanted her. See, I didn't think so either. And that's why she's slandering this man. And the way she talks about her dad in some of these chapters, I'm like, oh, Rod, you got to be mad. And some of the stuff she says about Mia and Dylan. She was not 15. No, 2011, she would have been 20. I think she said 19. Didn't she say she had 3 burner phones? Yeah, something like that. All right, here we go.
Which had run out of minutes, and stuffed them inside a backpack, full of girl-woman confusion. I had to go to him. I packed up a Lilo and Stitch movie, my baby bottle, and a change of nipples, a pair of stolen jeans, and stolen lingerie. As I stole Mama's cash and Oxy stash.
Okay, I thought she would go into there's one point in the book, it must be before this chapter, where she talks about the baby bottles and how she says her mother never weaned her off of the bottle. Okay, you don't have to wean. After a certain age, a child is not going to drink from a bottle. Okay, I'd say by, at least, at the most, I would hope 5 or 6. a kid would be like, I shouldn't be sucking out of a baba. Okay, you made the choice to drink the baba, and you liked the nipple. I swear you're dirty, Gypsy. The fact you even told us this information about your preference in baba nipples. Y'all, I can't. I'm going to have to clip up some more of this. That's why we're going to have to do a part 2, because y'all got to hear the stuff that I'm talking about. Topless. Oh.
I was scared as hell. I threw on a pair of oversized jeans since I didn't know my size. I had stolen them a few weeks before in preparation for running away. The jeans felt scratchy at first. It was the first time I wore anything fashionable. I put on a stolen.
Oops, was that the end of that one? Oops.
And stolen lingerie.
Something happened there.
Too big. And stolen black tank top over a red bra that was 2 sizes too big. And stolen lingerie. As I stole Mama's cash and Oxy stash, I was scared as hell. I threw on a pair of oversized jeans since I didn't know my size. I had stolen them a few weeks before in preparation for running away. The jeans felt scratchy at first. It was the first time I wore anything fashionable.
Just so you know, I'm speeding it up a little bit.
I put on a stolen black tank top over a red bra that was 2 sizes too big.
Okay, that's the end of that clip. Let's go to the other one. All right, so this is what happened after Dee Dee catches, right? I think this is when the BB gun incident happens. After she tries to run away to be with Dan, Dee Dee finds out, tells Gypsy, if you come home, I'll let you see him. And I think that's what led to this right here. Let's see.
I slickly maneuvered my wheelchair to block the couch cushion. I was a human compass arrow that led the pirate right to its booty. Move out of the way, my mother said, her eyes darting. I knew I couldn't deny the evidence. Can't you just let me leave? Let me go, I pleaded, looking past her to the kitchen table where her favorite talisman, an old-fashioned Chinese dagger, lay. Not this again, Gypsy. I thought we moved past this. She sounded like I was begging her to let me go to the mall or even to date Dan, who wanted nothing to do with me after she told everyone that he was a pervert and a child molester.
Okay, so it was after that. So I think she says she was, that's when she was chained up, was after the Dan running away incident. I don't really believe the chain story. Never will believe that. I can't prove it, bitch. I don't believe it.
Sure. I won't bother you. And you'll
Okay, so anyhow, my point is that so this is leading up the BB gun incident. Like, it was hot in that house. She's over here sneaking on her cell phone, I guess talking to Dan. She's still talking to Dan. I don't know. She just said that Dan, whatever. Now I'm confusing my own self. I'm going to be quiet.
You'll never see me again, I said, saying the reverse of what she wanted to hear. Rushing to the kitchen table, I swiped the dagger and grabbed a .22 caliber BB gun she'd picked up at Walmart. I thought if I aimed the gun at her, she'd back off. Out of fear, I pulled the trigger and offloaded 10 BBs at her, creating tiny slits in her flesh. You shot me! She backed her way into the bathroom. Double-fisted with weaponry, I followed her until I was wedged in the doorway. Give me my bag. I want to go. I came at her with the gun, now empty, and just held the dagger up while she sat on the toilet. We were at a standoff. Why can't I be like other kids? The surge of heat released from the top of my head. I could feel my arms quivering and my voice trembling. I didn't know frustration could feel this way, like you want to twist your own head off and throw it at someone.
She didn't know frustration. Like, you went full psychopath. Like, your mom saw you go full psychopath and you scared the ever loving shit out of her.
Why'd you shave my head? Why can't I be like Aaliyah? Why is my life this way? All the questions. I was mad about Dan, and about the dog leash, and about the cow's tongue. The loneliness, the shame, the period pull up diapers, the pills that made me drowsy, the surgeries. I wanted a dad. I wanted a friend. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to listen to the Backstreet Boys.
Like, she says all this stuff, like, but you watched movies, you watched TV. I don't know if I believe you weren't able to listen to the motherfucking Backstreet Boys. I mean, it's like Gypsy can't pick a lane. Like, sometimes her mom was too religiously overbearing, and now she's saying, I don't know. I just can't. She is full of shit. Was she also Amish? No, that brat wanted backstage passes. Right. Backstreet Boy. I killed my mom. She wouldn't let me listen to Backstreet Boys. I just wanted to be a normal teenager. A lot of kids go through that, Gypsy. That's not abuse. Okay? If anything, I think that Dee Dee just loved her way too much. And when she grew up, maybe that was really scary for Dee Dee. And her daughter turned into a whore overnight, like literally filming videos. We'll get into that in a minute. In the middle of the night, and Dee Dee's health's declining. Is an empty shell. There's nothing there. I think she feels justified in what she did. Like she put her mom out of her misery. She's also said at one point that Dee Dee would say she was going to, take her own life, like she was going to off herself. She also says that Nick used to do the same thing. I think it's another lie. Gypsy, I hope you see your mother's face like every single day, like multiple times a day. Like, do you think about her? Because she was your best friend until she wasn't. I don't know. I can imagine to be a fly on the wall in the little pink house. Whew.
I love you, she said, pressing her fingers against her bleeding flesh. I wanted a dad. I wanted a friend. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to listen to the Backstreet Boys. I love you, she said, pressing her fingers against her bleeding flesh wounds. You are my heart, and I can't live without my heart. And then I asked the question that had been the source of so much frustration. Why can't you let me go? Because I need you. I put the dagger down, but held on to the empty gun. Please stay, she begged. I released all that pent-up anger. I felt relief, then remorse. I saw her flesh wounds, and I felt sorry and apologetic that it had escalated to this. I had forgotten that she said she hated me in the alley. All that echoed in my mind now was, I love you. We sat.
I don't even know what to say.
on the bed together while she tended to her leg with peroxide and Band-Aids. I couldn't stop crying. The day went by with my quiet sobs. There was hardly anything said. She didn't hit me or tie me up again. I think she was afraid of me. I
Yeah.
think she hadn't realized baby could be violent.
Okay, but
Honey,
this part right here just sounds so sinister to me. So Gypsy says in the beginning of her book, like, her and her mom didn't call each other, like, she didn't call her mom, she called her honey, and her mama called her baby. So baby and honey. So listen to what she says right here.
he hadn't realized baby could be violent. Honey and baby were equals now. I was scared shitless of her, and she was scared shitless of me. Another dogfight. This time, nose to nose. The whole time, I never got up from the wheelchair. But from here on, Mama and I were speaking different languages.
Oof. Hello.
Hey, girl.
What's up? Did you listen to all of this? All the book?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
did.
What'd you think?
I feel like I feel like new lies were added.
Mhm.
No accountability was taken. She overshares things that are just I don't know. It was
Nicole.
an odd
Hey.
experience, to be honest.
Yeah, and then the mix, like the religious stuff that she would
Yeah.
mix in there, and then the Cajun voodoo stuff
Mhm.
at the same time. So I'm like, well, which one is
She
it?
wanted to
Like,
be the high priestess, like,
hey,
you know,
Casey.
not don't,
Hey.
you know, her mom said she's gonna be a nun. She was like, "No,
Yeah,
I'm above that."
it's so horribly written too. I'm like, "Wait, how did we get here? We were just here."
It
It's not in
skips a lot,
order,
right,
yeah.
Nicole?
Yeah, I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 wait, back it up. What are you talking about?" It's like, just get through the story of her shooting her mother and then grabbing a knife. That's another new, you
I
know
feel like the biggest thing that bothered me was
What?
that anytime that she would
Oh, someone has
uh,
background noise.
it's not me.
It should be me.
Anytime she would, like, talk about something and try something that you think, "Okay, she's gonna, really we're gonna feel something about this, like, she's gonna explain it, and we're gonna feel the apology." She would blame it on somebody else. I didn't hear her take
Yeah.
accountability for
Never.
anything. It was just like, "This happened, but this is why."
Even
And
her,
then
like,
this.
this part right here with the BB gun. Like, damn, Gypsy, what did Dee Dee do that really deserved for you to pull out a gun and a dagger?
And this
That's
was supposed to be
question.
to her daughter, right? This book is for her daughter. Is it like how
I
to be a
know,
hoe? How not to be a hoe?
I
but
don't
I
think
also
it
mean,
it's
did
I
like,
her
don't get
any
it.
favors.
she's not saying my mother's beating me, my mother's doing this, my mother. No, I just, I wanted to live
Well,
a
and
normal.
she says her mother was punching her in the legs.
So much is she when I learned a lot of new things, but if this memoir is for her daughter,
God, I know.
allegedly,
Jeez.
it's should be
She's
titled,
inappropriate. She's an
uh,
inappropriate person.
How not to be a whore for dummies or something. I don't know.
Don't kill your mom over sausage.
What's that? Don't be a menace to society while drinking juice in the hood or something like that. Don't be a menace
On
while
the
drinking your
bayou.
bottle.
Baba on the bayou.
Baba on the
Baba.
bayou.
Baba.
Yep.
Baba on the motherfucking bayou.
Baba on the motherfucking bayou.
Did you hear
And
the
don't give
part
me
where
them
she's
brown
talking
nipples.
about?
Give me them clear
Yeah,
ones.
she says in the book
Because
she
the flow's
preferred the
better.
clear. The flow was better on the clear
Right.
nips.
That's right.
Mhm,
And
'cause
she warmed it under her armpit.
she
She's all
needed
the way
her
through.
daughter to know this in the memoir.
Can
That's
you
right.
imagine grabbing bottles and lingerie? Like, oh, she's like, I
Huh?
grabbed my
Oh, you
bottles.
sound like you're
Yeah, it's
underwater.
low.
Damn. Do I sound okay?
Yeah.
No.
Ah.
Yeah.
What does she? She's like, I packed up my bottles and my lingerie. I'm like, what? in
What
the-
the
I know.
fuck?
Golly, Baba on the Bayou. That's gonna be a new thing. Yep.
And Gypsy, your salivary glands are not the reason you can't swallow. You can't swallow because you have a fucking chromosome disorder. You failed your swallow test.
And don't
Right.
we
And
think her
that
teeth
surgery-
issues would have been sucking on a bottle?
Thank you. Yes,
Bottle
and
rot.
I clipped, I think I did, where she fucking says basically that they owe her, like these people took her fucking teeth out of her mouth and they owe her free dental work. Like she feels entitled to
She
that
said
free
she
dental work
they
that she
didn't get
did
her
get.
consent and so much other stuff. There was something she said though that really, oh gosh, she said a lot of things. Like I said, if this book was a memoir to her daughter. I mean, good Lord.
Daddy Claude.
What did she say? It'll come to me.
Ugh. All right, let me get my other clip. My time to dance.
My then with my Baba.
Oh, this is the next one is
Oh.
titled Barbecue Dildos.
What?
That's what I titled it.
That she titled it.
I did. I titled it that. All of her chapters were in like Cajun French. Like Gree, I've heard oh my God, there's a lot of people backstage. We got Cobox, we got Cash, we got Apple Charlotte. Jesus.
Hey
Take the
guys.
wheel.
I can't
God,
say your
Yeah.
title.
Jesus.
It's a Baba Bayou party.
Baba, the Baba
Give me
Bayou.
my Pediasure.
Strawberry,
I
please.
can't stay long, but I figured I'd just drop by for a bit.
Well,
if that's
hello
Well, I
there.
know. I've never
You're
seen you
back.
at this time of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got something to do in a little bit, but I just figured I'd drop by really
No, I'm
quick.
glad you did, Codebox.
Yeah, listening to this, she's detached from reality. Her book has no cohesion. She just shifts from one narrative to the next. When I read a book or when anyone reads a book, you don't shift from just one narrative to another.
You don't? No. That's why I'm saying it's so horribly
listening to
written.
her, how she tried to shoot her mom, not once does she mention abuse as the factor of shooting her mom. It's just because I didn't get my smoked sausages, so I'm just going to shoot her down.
That's very accurate.
Yeah.
That surgery she said she was going to have. I feel like it was not that serious. I feel like it was a scope. Like,
Yeah.
not that they were going to
Bryn,
cut her throat or anything.
no, like I had to have my vocal cords checked a few years ago, and they put a scope down, and they showed
Right.
it actually came up on the TV, and you could see your folds, the vocal folds, the larynx,
Right.
Yeah.
everything, and it was just a scope. So that really made me quite confused.
Well, she said it multiple times, enough for me to be like, okay, I've, had some experience with ENT, and I feel like that was just a scope, like
Yeah,
exploratory.
me too.
I guess they would have to say surgery because it is, they're probably
Are you
going to have to
talking?
put you out.
Sorry, I was reading the chat. Are you
No, it's
talking
okay.
about her mom saying, or she is now saying that the reason she killed her mom
Mm-hmm.
was because her mom was going to, quote, my air quotes are up, slit her throat?
Well, yeah, because they were going to have to do this surgery that was going to possibly.
Right. Is that what y'all were talking about when I
Right.
just
Yeah.
okay. Because I wanted to comment on
I have
that.
a
That is
question.
such bullshit. Like
I
you
have a
would be
question.
saying that from day one. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Is that why she focused so heavily on decapitating her mother?
Oh,
I
good.
think
Oh, yeah.
so. I think
Yeah,
so.
that's another thing that I thought of. But I don't know. I just don't feel like it's true because where is she coming up? Why is this now? Why didn't she mention this?
Because she's had time to read the room and for
Right,
people
exactly.
to
She's
get
had 8
research.
years to think about it. Right.
Right.
So I think it's a lie.
I mean, but the
And she's
procedure she's
Oh, but
talking
I understand.
about
Yeah.
is not
Kesh.
that
Now you
bad.
got me thinking Kesh.
Well, someone put that. I made a post about it, and someone put that on my post, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Well, did she plan that, or is that something
Well,
Nick just did on his own? Because wasn't she in the bathroom? Like, was that
well,
part of
remember
the
she
plan?
filmed the video, so like the plan was for him to basically stab her while she slept. Because remember she filmed that video showing him how to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't
But what
she
was I
say
gonna
like,
say?
oh, the throat or the neck is
Yeah.
the most part of the body?
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. She said, "Say it again, Nicole."
That the throat or the neck, I'm not sure how she said it, is the most vulnerable part of the body, and she felt
Yeah,
violated by it. It's really well. Why don't you ask your mom about that?
Yep.
exactly.
Do
Gypsy,
you
what
think
is wrong with you?
that she's gonna want to have an urge to suck on the bottle?
Okay. All right.
I genuinely feel like if
Just
she
gotta
had to
do
have a
what you do.
procedure done, it was going to be a scope where they just go in and look around. I don't think they were going to have to cut or anything. They could go in the nose or through the, through your throat, but they say surgery
Do you
because you
think?
do have to be put out because you can't have any reflux,
Yeah.
but
No,
I don't think it was that serious.
neither do I. I think it was a scope because they put it up your nose and down the back of your throat.
Right.
Yeah. It's
She's
not.
Gypsy's
She
a
ran out of lies, so she
sociopath.
had to make up a new one.
Yeah.
Gypsy's a sociopath and hyperfixated on the neck. I mean, her book talks about her neck so in almost every other chapter. I mean, the first chapter, the opening couple of paragraphs were all about her neck.
Well, I think
And
that's why she enhances her pictures to make her neck longer
Yeah.
because she
Ew.
doesn't. Well, she
Sorry.
doesn't have. No, I mean she doesn't have like the separation from her, lower lobe to her shoulder is not. It's small, like
Yeah.
She's very mad about those salivary glands too.
in her lazy
And they were
eye.
removed too.
She was mad about that.
She
But
said
see,
that her teeth were like SpongeBob, but she said she never
yeah.
seen SpongeBob.
I
So which
I
is it?
saw
Oh,
that.
really?
Oh,
yeah, I caught on to that too because
Which is
she
it?
never said she saw SpongeBob in that
Right.
video.
So maybe
But
that
she
was a
can.
Melissa Moore
Ken.
add-on, but
Yeah.
still,
what do you
it's like,
think Ken? What do you think Ken thought? Like nothing is sacred any. You know what I mean?
No.
I
Yeah.
think
And I
Ken
do want to
is
mention this. Oh,
gone.
sorry.
I
Gone.
would be like, what the fuck? What?
who did I impregnate?
I do want to mention, and I have nothing against people who are sex positive. Like, you feel how you feel, but the way she talks about sex is really not only disturbing, but it's also really disgusting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sex positivity is like
Why does she have
more
to
like technical.
sexualize everything though? Like,
Everything.
it's just it freaks me out. So
And there, like, she goes on in that one chapter talking about Daddy Claude and what Daddy Claude did to her. But she went into like weird detail, like the pecan. If you heard the pecan,
I
you
Wait,
will
haven't
doesn't
heard
that
never.
give a
that
whole
story.
new meaning to gone pecan?
That's what I was thinking too, Casey. When I heard that, I was like, "Oh, don't ever say gone pecan again." Oh,
I think
why? Why, Gypsy?
I know it's bad.
Oh my God, I can't.
They
Very
also called her
disturbing.
possum too.
I knew that though. That was
She
in
does look like a damn possum.
they said even as a baby, she looked like a possum.
Yeah.
Did you hear what she said about her chromosome disorder?
Oh yeah, that it's like
I
not a
clipped
thing.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't
she has
make
no symptoms.
Bitch, we
something like
see you.
that.
said those
And it would
sometimes.
only
All right.
explain like
So
every procedure you've had.
exactly. So
And it's in
all
her
right.
medical records. So, and that whole throat thing was not in her medical records. So there's that.
Well, they have
Throat
to do
thing.
exploratory tests
Oh,
to
that. Yeah.
diagnose, don't they? Like for you
Yeah.
to get a diagnosis, you have to go through like various
Yeah.
procedures and stuff. Otherwise, how do they diagnose what's wrong with you? You know? So it's no different, I don't think, to anybody else, like her age or like children that are ill. They will put them through like lymph node biopsies and stuff like that, and maybe bone
Right.
marrow aspirations just to check like lymph nodes and stuff like that. So it's not nice. Some of it. I mean, I don't think hers was as well. I don't believe her at all. But that's how they get to the bottom of what's wrong with you. I mean, they can't just like,
My cousin was a super preemie. They're twins, but
yeah,
one of them had a little bit more of a hard time as a newborn as the other. So yeah, she's had tubes in her ear. She's had exploratory surgery. Yes,
yeah.
have that because it was
Yeah.
necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She's glasses, it's
this book is a huge circle jerk. It doesn't have any direction. It's just like first I'm
oh
here and then I'm 23 and then I'm back at 15 and then I'm
Yeah.
yeah,
this and
Michelle, Melissa Moore and Michelle Mastriosani. It's like get it
Well,
together.
and it went from like, Dee Dee her and Dee Dee had so much fun. Like they would have camp outs in the living room. They would get a tent and
Oh yeah.
do camp outs, to Gypsy wanting to make videos of herself covered in barbecue
Ugh.
oh,
sauce, which is the next clip, by the way. So I'm
mood.
gonna play that.
Cannot
Ew.
wait.
So this is when Gypsy and Nick, had been talking online, blah blah blah.
For the mercy of my master, as I poked and prodded myself. Day or night, mother or master, my identity was created in the image of a two-headed monster, a monster whose fetish was to feast on my dignity.
What?
Nick pulled BDSM through like a thread in his fantasy world stories. There was no separation between the realms and our dominant and submissive acts. Whatever we would be doing or saying as dominant and submissive was all in service of his kingdom or the realm, where the Dark One, where Victor, and where Nick's evil twin were all out to get me, to pillage me and make me scream in horror, and degrade my womanhood with each painful thrust of their daggers. He wanted me to denigrate myself with a 9-inch dildo.
Okay, before we go there,
What in the
yeah,
world?
before
I
we go there,
don't know why she's
How
like
much of this do you think
focusing
was
so much.
AI generated, her
what's
voice?
weird is that she wanted to record this, like she wanted people to hear her say these words.
I know.
Yeah,
This
but I
is a
thought she was
memoir
like,
for her
I'm for
daughter. I just
justice.
cannot.
Yeah, then make Maddie can read the book. What?
Not
This is
only
the
just
last thing
her,
I'd want my kid to read ever.
Exactly.
Even if it wasn't
and not
about
only
me.
But
just
this,
her daughter either.
Yeah,
Like
but
this is a
hasn't she said
memoir for
something
like
about
any
like
minor to read.
Yeah, I
but
know. It's terrible.
But what she says right there about and she goes further into it, I have it clipped too, like her and Nick's fantasy world that they would play online. And she says, that Nick made all of this stuff up, and she goes into all the detail. And I think she's so full of shit. I think she made all of this fantasy world up, and he was just a player in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for
I
sure.
don't think he's that much of a deep thinker. I'm just
Right.
saying.
I just don't
So
understand how she's going at him so hard in this book when she's talked about, oh, I want him to have a fair chance too.
I feel like she has a way of digging at every man that has like slighted her in like a public way. Like she's done it to Dan. She's done it to Ryan by saying the D was not fire.
Multiple times with
Yeah,
him.
like publicly. Like she has a thing. I don't know. And then she said Nick was the one writing the scripts, that he was the one picking out the wigs and stuff. That she was just as much doing it as well if he was.
Right. I mean, where's
He
the
was
proof in
being
that?
a freak nasty.
Did she forget the text messages exist? And
Yeah, I
like,
know.
did
That's
she
what I'm
forget?
saying. That's I guess
I mean, come
I think
on.
when they read those, like they read
Found the
them.
flogger. That's still my favorite.
Yeah. I
Found
just
the
found my
flogger.
flogger.
Like it was
God.
lost.
So you know.
How do you lose it? And his response was, "That's good news, my dear." Not like, "Oh yeah, hot, great." It was just like, "Oh, okay."
He probably didn't even know what it was.
You're right.
Exactly. He probably didn't have the capacity to even understand the, you know.
He probably thought it was a shoe or
Yeah.
something to hit a
Yeah,
fly
exactly.
with.
Shoot. Found the flogger.
Found my
Yay.
flogger. It's my other flippy floppity flogger.
Yeah, exactly.
I just
She'd
feel
find
bad.
some way to blame it on Nick.
I hope he don't.
Yuck.
I hope he isn't able to like listen to this in prison because I think, you know.
He could probably get the book, but the audio, I don't know. But that
You
either
know,
way.
NPG's gonna hear it though. Are they gonna have anything to say to correct the
I don't
record?
know. He's so gone, I think. I really, that's just how I
Gone
feel. I
pecan.
feel like it's just gone.
There's a rumor, don't come at me for this, but they're saying that MPG is actually Nick, that he has access to it in
There's no
jail.
way. There's no
don't think
fucking
so.
way. No, because those videos are the Easter eggs in them and like the
Yeah.
process.
Can't get access to
I
that.
don't think so. There's too much editing being done. Like I always pause their videos because there's Easter eggs in every screenshot.
Especially when they have the house up, there's like something that pops up in a window or something that,
Yeah.
you know.
He will have deteriorated as well because.
But you don't think he could respond to like emails or even be on TikTok?
Well, he has email, but
No,
he
he
doesn't
can't have
respond to
access to those kind of apps. You don't
just
have, especially
email,
in
and
prison.
it's a strict, like it's
like I think
screened.
they can check out movies, they can check out books on the computer that they're given. It's a tablet. They can check emails.
Drop it all in PG. Drop it all.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go back to the dildo. So she's
Oh,
she really wants this in her memoir to her daughter. So here we go.
Dominant and
God.
submissive acts. Whatever we would be doing or saying as dominant and submissive was all in service of his kingdom or the realm. Where the Dark One, where Victor, and where Nick's evil twin were all out to get me, to pillage me and make me scream in horror, and degrade my womanhood with each painful thrust of their daggers.
Sure.
He wanted me to denigrate myself with a 9-inch dildo he had mail ordered from Japan.
Hold on.
I remember him ordering me to stalk the mailman.
He wanted to denigrate? Is like who uses that word? It's just strange.
Denigrate.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
He
denture
wanted me
cream.
to denigrate myself with a 9 of their daggers. He
Denigrate.
wanted me to denigrate myself with a 9-inch
What
dildo.
does denigrate mean? Like what's
I
the
gotta
difference?
look that up. I'm
Denigrate.
normally pretty
I think it'd be
savvy, but
She said in one of those interviews that she did about her book that in prison she used to just read the dictionary, and sometimes I wonder if that's true, and that's what makes her
possibly.
sound a certain type of way because she knows
Wait,
how
that doesn't even make sense.
words
It's,
like
to
denigrate.
criticize.
Denigrate. Like I
Criticize
know what
Denigrated
degenerate
my
is.
vagina.
Did she mean
Denigrate means
degenerate?
denigrate means to defame or criticize or.
Oh, so he was
So it's like
Shaming
shaming
her.
the vagina.
Yeah, shaming.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vagina
God, that sounds so
denigrated.
bad.
Shame that pecan.
shame on you, vajayjay.
How
Yeah.
dare you
Pecan.
denigrate
Gone
my
pecan.
vagina?
Gone pecan.
I think she meant degenerate.
Yes.
Dildo he had mail ordered from Japan. I remember him ordering me to stalk the mailman because something was coming for me. I did intercept the unmarked package, and the thought of shoving the object up me made me queasy.
That didn't.
Bad girl that I was, I told my master no when he told me to put it in all 3 of my holes. So I just sucked on it for him.
Oh
taking
my god. What in the actual
Poor
poor
Aurora.
Aurora. Poor
I
Aurora.
can't. I
Why do you
can't.
want your daughter to hear this?
Could you
Poor Aurora.
imagine?
Oh my.
TMI, like
Oh
Free.
my
wow.
god.
Hey, she's about to gum it though.
I mean,
She's
what's
about
the
to
Sometimes,
gum it.
message?
sometimes
What's
I wonder if like does she put this out because she's afraid like these videos may get out one day because they may have still been on the laptop
I literally think there's a video buried somewhere, probably on that property, and
of
that's
her
why she wants to get
smothering
back
herself
there.
in barbecue sauce.
And
peanut
the
butter.
unaliving, because she put in that book, she kind of tiptoes around the fact that she was in the room after
Oh.
it
I'm
happened.
telling you, I've said that from day
Oh,
one.
me
I
too.
swear
Me
she was
too.
in that room.
Well,
Now
she
I don't
also
100%.
mentions that
I
they
don't
told
I
her
think
to
there's
clear
Barney
the
in there.
bed,
Yep.
and there's stuffed animals on the bed in the crime scene pictures.
I
Yeah.
think she put that up there to comfort her dead mama as a like I love you type deal.
I think she did more. I think
A lot of
that's just
people
my
say that.
opinion.
I know a lot of people
I
say
do
that, but
too.
I just
I think a lot of the cleanup or the, it happened. She had to go in there for
Yeah, I was
that.
Because,
really,
yeah,
I
I
was,
agree, Nicole.
I was disappointed that she didn't mention the carving on Dee Dee's body.
Oh yeah.
she did.
No, she didn't, and I was disappointed she didn't even bring that up or nothing.
She did say though that she was afraid the cats were eating her mom.
Oh
Oh
gosh.
God.
Oh
Did you
gosh.
hear her? Yeah, she said that.
Now
Oh my god.
Now the Donald is gonna be in this, eating the dogs, eating the
Eating the
cats.
cats. I thought she let the cats out.
It
She did.
changes
Yeah,
Right.
she
so
did.
much.
Sweetie Pie and I don't know what the other cat was called, but they were both rehomed, weren't they? Well, one of them was. I know for
God.
That's what I
sure.
heard.
Sweetie Pie and Honey Baby.
That's it,
She
Honey
hates
Baby.
animals. I'm
Honey
sorry.
baby.
She
No,
I
does.
feel
Honey and
bad for
Baby
those
are.
cats.
She's like psychopath. So she doesn't
Mama
like
was Honey, and
Uh-huh.
I was
Honey.
Baby.
I would never call my mom honey.
I know.
Honey,
My mum would slap me if I said that.
Like
But
I'm your
I'm
hey,
mother.
Honey.
You refer to me as mother.
Their relationship is so interesting to me. I don't
Well,
know.
so it was very codependent and symbiotic.
Right. I agree.
Very codependent.
Mm.
Poor
3
Aurora.
of my
That's all I
holds.
can keep saying.
I
Sorry.
know. Mm.
So I just sucked on it for him, taking out my dentures to try to ease the gag reflex. So
I have been making that joke for months and months now that I bet Gypsy used to pop her denture out, and now I know. Now I know, Gypsy, because you told me. TMI.
I've heard you say
TMI. Do
that.
you still pop that denture out, girl?
I've
Yeah.
heard you say that, Starlight.
Yes.
I've
That's
heard you say
why
that.
she would get the dudes,
She's
because
a
there's
freak
no
nasty.
scrapey. No
No,
scrapey.
she ain't got a gag reflex.
No
Super
scrapey
freak,
guarantee.
super freak. She's super freaking out.
Yep. Her
Oh,
9-inch barbecue
Gypsy, you're
dildo.
so
Ugh.
nasty. Yeah.
Can
Dirty.
someone just bring her barbecue sauce to the book signing?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
God, who?
Kindness.
God. And there's some peanut butter, some Skippy. Get her
Yeah.
some
Some Skippy peanut butter.
All about a
Yeah.
9-inch
It
dildo.
has to be Skippy.
And you can't bring old I won't Drewski, because he said that his pole was the size of the barbecue dildo, but it turned out it was just a shrub.
Oh,
Did
Kim.
you clip
put it in all.
part?
What?
Did you clip the part where she's talking about her first sexual experience in the movie theater bathroom?
I think so.
Yes.
I need to check.
That was
Well,
a
that I
first
was.
liar.
I told my master
Oh.
no when he told me to put it in all 3 of my holes. So I just sucked on it for him, taking out my dentures to try to ease the gag reflex so I wouldn't vomit in my mouth. He called me names, whore, cunt, bitch. All the while my tongue painted the plastic up and
Painted
down all around.
Painted what?
like why? Why?
I mean, this is gonna
Why?
get me
Maybe
hot.
Let's
tainted,
hear that.
but
Hold
not
on. We gotta hear
painted.
that one
Oh
more time.
no,
One more
no.
time. Here we go.
God, Starlight.
Or cunt, bitch. All the while, my tongue painted the plastic, up and down, all around. The feel
It's silicone, not
Why
plastic.
do we
It's
need to
silicone.
know? Why the
Melissa and Michelle are
description?
really
Why
they
does his
need a
daughter need to know
thesaurus.
this?
Tongue painted. Why do
Maybe
we need
And
to
I
know
do want
that?
to say
I think
this.
it tainted it, but
Poor
not
Aurora.
painted it.
Yeah.
Poor
Oh my
Aurora.
god.
I'm not gonna lie,
You
when I play this on live on TikTok and this part came on, I was like, why do I
I'm
feel
gonna
like I'm in a
boot it.
dirty movie right now?
I know.
I
She's
feel so
literally
dirty
trying to
and
sell a
ashamed of
porno
myself.
in the
Like,
public.
Ugh.
She's literally
Oh.
trying
Yeah,
to
it's
sell
like a
porno
dirty
in the
novel.
She probably gets off to her own book. That's the only
Ew.
thing she listens to now.
Ew, you know
public.
it.
Really in the
You
mood,
know,
but
I know, I
find
know
it
she
funny
does.
These shades of malingering.
Yep.
Yeah, I find
And
it
Gypsy,
funny.
you
Ugh.
also lied about those damn Barbie dolls
So
because
now
you were
that Ken's
posting
gonna
pictures of Barbies in Facebook groups. So your mom
Yep.
knows
She
that
had
you
them,
have
like,
Barbies, you liar.
everywhere.
so
Yeah.
now
What'd
that
you say,
Ken's
Kesh?
gonna read this, what do you think he's gonna think of all this?
What?
Ken.
I know, it's what I keep thinking. Hey, Bonnie.
I think he already read it, and that's why he dipped
Yeah,
out.
but no guy that's involved with you wants to know all the details of your
No.
past.
No.
No.
or your daughter, for fuck's
And
sake.
like even if you're writing like a book or something, you don't want to include every single detail or every
Yeah.
aspect of your life, just the parts like the lead up to what makes your life or your experience interesting. And aren't memoirs supposed to be like an insightful reading of someone's experience? But yet she's writing like this literally is not a memoir. It's just a sick fantasy porno like sex tape.
Well, yeah, all
So
Right.
she
Yeah.
posted
what
as
it
a
said
book.
was he sent me sex toys that I was uncomfortable using. Like end of sentence.
It needs to be
Why
called
do we
My
have to-
Time to Grind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, he should have said he made me do some derogatory things that
Right.
I was uncomfortable with. Like, why do we need to know these
Why do we
details?
need to know like super specifics?
She really goes into specifics about when she was in jail and her roommate liked playing with fecal matter.
Oh, yeah, she was so traumatized
What?
by the whole.
Oh my days.
Her
Well, she
that
was mad
someone
She was
too
on
at
suicide watch.
she was mad too at Nick's house because he had some crusty sheets and he was hoarding. You bitch, your house is a fucking hoard.
Well, what did she expect? I mean, come on.
All right, here we
she
go.
covers all the boxes when it comes to the sex
Oh yeah,
fantasy.
I'm literally referring
And the
this to My
detached
Time to
reality.
Grind.
And the detached reality.
I knew you'd like that, Apple.
And her daddy issues are weird and gross.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
really are. She says a lot. Like, if I was Rod and I read this, I would be mad at some of the stuff. She, like, it's almost like she's taking jabs at her dad by talking about how she always thought he was a deadbeat growing up. It's just odd.
Feeling of confused shame was familiar as I heard my grandfather's voice in my head. Minutes lasted between sounds of my swallowing and smacking until finally Nick
Yeah.
ordered me to stop. I overlooked the malevolence and the
swallowing and
kink in
smacking.
order to build something that wasn't.
Her swallowing and smacking. She had to add that also.
And
She
something about
had
her
to get
grandfather.
specific about it.
Again, after telling us she was painting it with her tongue.
And then my
Ugh.
grandfather, and then
I don't want
Ain't-
to.
then sucking and smacking. Oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
so gross.
So glad you gave us those details, Gypsy. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
There.
If the mental picture wasn't bad enough already.
And my grandfather's
A life with Nick.
Daddy Claude.
Yeah, why? Okay.
If I were free, what would it be like to live together? I'd ask him, unaware that he was engaged in video relationships with at least 3 other women.
I don't believe that.
It wasn't
I don't
just
believe
about
that at
having
all. I've never heard that, and
He was
I've
obsessed with her.
yeah, like, but really, like Nick was some Mac Daddy out here on the
Exactly.
internet. I don't think so. No, no,
And his mother never mentioned that.
no. We would have heard about that by now. No,
Yeah.
Gypsy. That's just another way for her to be like, see, he was doing this with 3 other women. I'm not a whore. It's him.
Look, I hope Nick
Him.
hears this or reads it so that he can say some things.
So gross.
Nick control my life. I wanted to imagine our romance coming to life in my realm, the real world. What would it be like to be king and queen? I waited for Nick's answers with bated breath. But his answers were all about being his sex slave and fighting the forces of
I don't believe
Not
that.
according to those texts. Where was
No, like,
this?
no.
Yeah.
She wanted the D man. That's what it all boils down to. This girl wanted it, and she wanted it bad enough.
Wanted it bad in the butt. She wanted it in the
Uh-huh.
butt.
So they were doing what they could online, you
She's-
know.
She's such a liar.
I know, it's awful. Like, Nick still, well, from that interview with the phone interview when he's in prison, he says he still loves her. I think he caveats and says he's not in love with her, but he still has love for
Yeah.
her. And it's like, all the while to Gypsy, he was just collateral damage.
Like Ken.
It's so sad.
Why
It's,
do these guys feel this way about her? I mean, we're not talking, super 90s supermodel here.
no, but especially with him having, you know, being autistic and having probably other mental health issues. It's not. These are not like traits of someone, unless he was super high IQ. Then I'd be like, but the fact that he was borderline, like, mentally disabled as well. I can't
Yeah,
see
he
it.
couldn't have come up with all this stuff on his own.
No way.
And his
No,
Facebook page was about like animal rescue and veterans' rights and
exactly.
Yeah,
not
and
I
she
think
said that those
she's
were his stupid causes, which really made me mad.
me
Like,
too.
Yeah.
And her page had stuff, one of her, which I don't know which Facebook page it was, but she had all the BDSM or light BDSM
oh yeah,
stuff that
That's
he
right.
was a toy.
that was
He was
way
a
before Nick.
toy. He was a toy for her to play with.
Exactly.
She's the one that created a fantasy world because she lives in a fantasy world. And,
Ugh.
Yeah.
I think I clipped it where she talks about further this fantasy world that they had created online together, where there were all these realms and roles. Like, I think Gypsy came up with all that, and Nick played along. He was just a toy in her game. I don't know. That's how I see it.
I believe that, because he would have wanted to keep, like, he wouldn't have wanted to upset her, so I can see him sort of like role playing along with it, but not necessarily fully understanding what's actually
Right,
going on in the process.
right.
You know,
This is like a terrible version of Memoirs of a Geisha, Memoirs of a Guppy. Like, ugh.
I really think Gypsy's an evil bitch.
She is.
She definitely is.
This book did her no favors
No.
at
I
all.
actually think that anyone who reads this book who was for her, this might change their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
like I
know,
keep
because
saying,
their
poor
way
Aurora.
If anything, it just exposes her evil tendencies worse.
but I
Ugh.
feel like the people that support her really believe, like, they think Dee Dee deserved it. I don't think anyone deserved it. I don't, they deserve to be in prison, maybe.
Like,
The way
I
that
think
she diagnoses her mom, like her clinical
Mhm.
depression, and she mentions uh, MPV multiple times. It's
Yeah,
just
but
like,
who
that's
told
not
her this? Like,
okay.
she's making this up, or someone told her this.
I think
Also,
it's more disgusting.
Okay,
Oh,
so
sorry.
you're saying that the
oh no,
new
go ahead.
the new update.
I was gonna say it's more disgusting that she tries to be a mouthpiece for her mom's, issues,
Right.
and then frames it like she's the monster for having issues.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, who is she to be
But
the
the thing,
mouthpiece for someone else?
if her mom had issues, like who? That's not child abuse.
No,
She
it's
what?
not.
And I don't know. There are just people that really are abused that
Yeah.
don't kill their parents.
No.
So
It's pretty
just
rare. The people who do kill their parents, it's usually over money, inheritance, like a weird thing, like Granamato and all things. It's not because of severe
yeah.
abuse. It really is very rare.
I don't think Dee Dee did anything to deserve to have a BB gun and a dagger pulled
Yeah,
out
Really,
on her and her life
yeah.
threatened.
and scare. Admittedly, she scared her.
Yeah.
What Dee Dee deserved more was mental help and obviously jail. Not
Yeah.
as much as like Gypsy,
Con.
but
For
yeah,
sure for her
because she
conning,
did
yeah.
con, yeah, but I
She
don't think
broke
she should have got
mhm.
like life or anything.
No,
But
but she
good
times,
enough
you
time
know.
to where she come out and got help, and that's all she needed. That's really all she needed.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I don't know. She could have easily left. I don't know.
Of the Dark One. I agreed to the terms of Nick's dominance over me. In his mind, this meant we were married. I own you now would become his refrain. He said one day soon he'd take my virginity from me, because that's what dominants do. I invested a lot of time and energy in capturing his acceptance and what I thought was love, while he captured my mind. He would say things like, "I'm so proud of you," if I rubbed the right amount of barbecue sauce or ketchup on my naked body in the bathtub.
There
You
you
have so much
go. There you go. There you
There's
have
a
it,
new one.
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God.
And
Barbecue
Gyps.
sauce.
why did she never mention that one before?
Well, this is her
There's so
memoir.
much that
It's
she
her
hasn't
memoir. She
mentioned,
remembers now. She blocked it
like
out.
calling the manager at the Hobby Lobby, the manager and their minion came out like that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Kesh dropped. I think she might want to come back up.
Oh, is she back there?
I think so.
Okay, there she is.
Thanks.
All right, here
Thank
we go.
you.
You're welcome.
He would say things like, "I'm so proud of you," if I rubbed the right amount of barbecue sauce or ketchup on my naked body in the bathtub. "You have so much potential, Gypsy," he'd say.
Oh, can you pause it for
If
a
I
bit?
was good,
As someone who loves ketchup, I'm insulted. Why?
If
I
she
know,
says
why
ranch, we're done.
ketchup? Yeah, why ketchup and barbecue sauce?
Okay, she crossed the line. Ketchup.
Dare you
Mm-mm.
say that about ketchup?
Why
Don't
can't
you
she
dare.
say like
Chick-fil-A
tahini or
sauce.
well, no, yeah.
Some Chick-fil-A sauce. Some pink
All I
sauce.
can think about now is I want my baby back, baby back. I can't think of
Where was she?
anything
Where was
else.
Dee Dee? Where was Dee Dee when she was in the bathtub putting barbecue sauce on her
I
nipples?
know. If for such a
Dee Dee
reason,
would have wondered where the
constantly
condiments
monitored.
were.
She probably flogged her and made her go sit down or something.
Yeah.
She really goes on and on about having all these food allergies as a child, one of them being nuts, one of them being sugar. Ketchup is high in sugar, and she read peanut butter, so clearly
That's
like
true. Yeah. It's like the second ingredient or something, or the third.
Sugar and fructose,
That's it. Yeah. She's
barbecue
mad.
sauce.
This is insane. That's insane.
If she says ranch, I'm done.
At humiliating myself for his pleasure, he'd tell me he loved me and he believed in me. Other times, he'd say I needed bigger boobs or I wasn't dirty or nasty enough. Nick introduced the violence, the murders, the blood, the
Liar.
carvings,
Liar.
the brutal rape fantasies,
Why?
and I was so afraid of losing his validation.
Oh, you liar.
I ignored his ex-girlfriend's Facebook message warning that he was controlling.
See, I feel like there's nuggets in here because, like, we've been pressing for answers for certain kind of things, and one of them was this, or people are talking
Wait,
about.
what? His ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, so Nick
I remember that.
in the discovery file also is something between Nick and another girl from Facebook that was his ex, but I don't remember what my point
It was
was.
the
I don't.
opposite of that, though. He
Mhm.
was trying to tell her to get away from whoever she was with.
That's
Oh,
it.
you're right.
She said
Yep.
she sounds like I don't know that I'm paraphrasing, but I think she said something like she sounds crazy or she sounds like something like that. I'm sure it was something like that. Like,
Yeah.
because he was asking her opinion about Gypsy, because he was unsure. And I think he said something like, sorry, I think she replies something like, she sounds crazy or she sounds unhinged or something like that. It was,
Yeah. And he was
yeah,
trying to tell her whatever she was going through that he, needed to.
yeah.
He asked her if she was psycho
Mhm.
Yeah, this is so
or
evil.
how
You
crazy.
psychopath? If you
How
are,
crazy. Yeah.
God.
I think she's afraid those videos will get out. And so her excuse for that is that Nick told her what to say in the videos.
yes.
She
So she didn't have
forgets,
to.
though, that all this proof that's out there, it shows otherwise. Like,
Yeah, you're right, Carms. Like, why would she have to
Exactly.
give him if he knew all about it? Then why would she have to do that?
I've noticed that when she starts to put really, like, some of the books she's just talking, but when she puts some emphasis or some, like, that, inflection in her voice changes, you can tell she's lying because she's over dramatizing something. And this is one of those points I've noticed, telling this little tale here about how Nick introduced the violence.
I don't think it's true.
No, me neither.
No, I don't either. I think
He
she's
never showed
lying.
any kind of violence as a kid. I mean,
Yeah, at this point, she had done, she
She
abused her
brought in the
mom and
violence. Yeah,
scared her, and
she just said in the chapter before this that baby had a violent side.
yeah,
She didn't know baby could be violent.
baby got out that corner. Don't put
Yeah.
baby in a
She was
corner.
so
Baby
Yeah,
gets out.
right. So she put baby in a corner and then
Oh,
baby came out with a whole
Baby came
gun
out.
and a dagger.
If
Yep,
after
and a
that
9-inch
incident,
barbecue dildo.
Nobody put Jip in the corner.
Nope.
if
well, when
after
she
that
posted that
incident,
bikini picture with her back, baby's got
ew,
back.
gross.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Ugh.
Ugh.
All right, here we go.
But you did. She had a big butt.
And not all there. What girl wants to see her ex happy? Nick rationalized when I told him his ex messaged me. It wasn't until he told me that upon our daughter's 13th birthday, he would take her virginity that I thought he crossed the creepy line. I broke up with him, but like a good submissive, I accepted his apologies and returned to our status quo, the same way I accepted my mother's non-apologies. The end game was to live a life together and to finally be together. And the ideas of how I wanted to be treated and how he wanted to treat me were different. We'd argue a lot about this. Why can't we just...
Okay, that's the end of that one, obviously.
Well,
God, there's so many
I
fucked up
already looked.
things.
But what about all of her texts where she would stop talking to him if he didn't do what she wanted him to do?
She was definitely the one telling him what to do. Like,
Yeah, she was the dominant.
God.
Like, I put up with all your political bullshit.
Yep.
Nick couldn't even like get it up. How was he the dominant
I know.
Well, did you? Yeah, that's that clip where she's
with the
talking about
diaper?
their experience in the bathroom. He blames she blames Nick, but a feeling of disgust because she was on her period wearing a diaper while he was touching her.
Yeah, why wouldn't you have like warned him, hey, just so you know, when we go for you to take my V card, I may be in a diaper and I may be on my period. Just a warning.
I gotcha.
Oh
She
God.
told him everything else.
Yeah, and then she goes, "Well, then he lost his erection." It's like,
See, I think that she was trying to make him think that she lost her V card because of the bleeding. So that's my interpretation
Well,
on
she
it.
was alone with Dan. You can't tell me when
Oh,
you're
I
alone
know.
with a
I
guy.
know that, but
She
that's
disappeared
her.
during Vision Con for a couple hours. I found her in a hotel room. Please.
But that was
Please,
her
they were not
way.
watching free HBO, okay?
Yeah.
You notice she didn't bring up the Vision Con, meeting him at Vision Con, did she?
No.
No, she didn't
Brought
talk
up the
about
other,
that at all.
she brought up the other incidents. All right, where was I? Okay, this one is short, I think. Well, maybe not. We'll see.
is. It is someone caring enough about you to dominate you. It is caring enough about someone to fulfill all his commands. The validation I'd received from Nick kept me compliant and submissive. In order to be accepted, I needed to keep him happy. I had no other suitors, no other reference point.
Suitors.
I was alone and wanted my loneliness to be cured, to treat it because it was the one true disease I actually had.
Oh my
Here is a
God.
guy into all this odd stuff, okay? But how bad could it be? Maybe guys his age explore sexually in this way. How would I know or not know? I just wanted to be accepted, and I thought I'd do anything he wanted to stay in his life, even if that life was in a world of his own making. I had already lived in a world of someone else's making. At least in his, I was a woman. I'm so proud of you, he said, after I sent him my initiation video, which formally defined our roles in the BDSM relationship.
So that would probably be the Ruby video in the
Yeah.
bathroom.
All I can hear is her saliva.
You think she's trying? Like, I almost feel like something's brewing. Is she trying to get ahead of something?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think that somebody or something or somebody posted something that she saw, and it might have been something that's been out there before, but as we know, things are recirculating, that people forget. And so she's like, oh my gosh, there's probably more. And this time and that time and this time and that time. Hell, I'm just going to go write a book.
Yeah. And the weird thing is, if you read or listen to a memoir of someone that you've watched on TV, like a famous person or a comedian or a TV host or someone, the way that they talk in the book is very, very akin to how they are. Like, they use the same language and dialect like they would. Whereas she doesn't speak like this in real life. She doesn't behave like this. It does not match up with how she speaks in
I
her
think
daily
part
life.
of it's AI, and I think part of it, I don't think she could sit through the whole book without, the
Yeah, but
whatever.
like denigrate and superfluous and
Right.
all, like she doesn't use those that verbiage and stuff. I don't know. It's just weird.
And it's not really telling much about her. It's just talking about her. I just keep saying poor Aurora. Like,
No.
Aurora, your mama's a whora. Like that's not cool.
I would never want to read that about my mom.
No, ever.
Like, I'm already scared about the internet now.
I'll wait for that book signing.
Why would you feel comfortable even wanting your child to know anything like that?
She thinks
Exactly,
this is
totally.
normal. She
Yeah.
doesn't have that social awareness, and she cannot read a room properly. She gets told things and she goes in things at the wrong time, but she doesn't have that awareness. This is her. This is
Yeah.
who she
Were
is.
you saying that you think part of the book is AI?
I think the voice and
I thought some of the descriptions could be
descriptions.
uh-huh.
Me too. Yeah. 100%.
And then you have like where the ghostwriter fills in.
Yeah, all
And
they have
then
to
the
do is
little
capture her voice.
sprinkles of truth from Gypsy. Like there's a little truth.
That's what I was saying. There's some inflections that I can tell, like where it's just flat, and
Yeah.
then the part where she's actually speaking, because I can hear the breath or the little lick or whatever, but some of it's really flat.
Yeah. And also, like, sorry, just the words, like I know I'm going back to the usage of your words, but you know, that's like a common thing you hear, like when breath, like bated breath, like everyone uses that. Like, I waited with bated breath, or he lingered. It's like whoever's written that part of it isn't very. It's not well. I know everybody knows this already. I don't know why I'm pointing out the obvious. It's not well written at all.
No, but it's also good to repeat things. Sometimes some people come in at this point, or they don't watch the whole thing, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's good to make key points, like I keep saying, poor Aurora, because
Yeah.
that's
So I have a question though, like, in the beginning when she's talking about like how many times Dee Dee and Rod did the deed. And they never, like, who told her that? Because it wasn't her mom, because her mom wouldn't even let her have a damn Barbie doll.
her
So why
mom
are you
probably
just,
had a diary
but she's
though,
a liar.
journal.
well, I think
She also says her mom was shaving her chocha, but yet she had to shave her chocha for Nick. So
What was that thing she said? It was so crazy. The hair on your head and the hair on your
pubic hair.
your pubic are just
Yeah.
equally as dirty or something. It was so
Yeah.
weird.
Bobby Petrie also repeated that. The first time I'd ever heard anything about this taking baths and shaving shit came from Bobby Petrie back like right around about a month or so after Gypsy got out. And he did a podcast and was talking about that.
Wow. He's
But
always
it's all coming from Gypsy.
Yeah.
Because I've also heard Bree say some of the stuff that Gypsy talks about.
Right.
So it's all her bullshit. But some people buy into it. It blows my mind. I cannot imagine her and Christy getting along.
No, I don't buy that for a second. She's probably hitting on her dad, in my opinion, allegedly.
Oh my god.
Ew, probably.
Because of what she says in this book about
He's
how when she
my
gets off the phone.
daddy.
Yep, my
He's
daddy.
my daddy, Christy.
Yep.
Something's wrong with
Ew.
Rod.
I don't even
Ew.
call my dad
Well, she
daddy.
says something about this in the book, how when she
Ew.
would talk on the phone with her dad, her mom treated her like she was competition or something. It was just really weird.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
the pageant thing she mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So odd. All right, here we go.
At the end of the video, I had to say, please consider me as your submissive. As elaborate as the details of his fantasy realms, Nick would send me scripts to act out, direct my dialogue and costuming, and demand unusual sexual behaviors with phallic objects, while contorting my body so my female parts were exposed like parts under the hood of a rusty old car. The acting
What?
That's the name of the clip is Rusty Old Car Part.
felt natural. During the day,
Listen to that part. Hold on.
the acting felt natural. Hood of a rusty old car. The acting felt natural.
But it felt natural.
Felt
Being
natural.
a nasty little hoe over there contorting your body.
She can
Yeah, and
barely
then she
walk.
the
How can she
rusty
contort?
Yeah, she can't walk. But she can contort that shit.
Sitting in a
And-
wheelchair?
She
Like,
can throw that ass in a circle.
good no.
and the rusty old car you think of like being used a lot.
Oh yeah, good point. Exactly. It's like what? That
She
did
was
not.
Well, that
using
just
it all
ruined the
right.
Heart Like a Truck song for me.
Oh, you were
Why does
being
she have to
nasty.
oddly be She has to oddly specify every detail.
I'm really nervous about what she did with that peanut butter.
Me too. Maybe. Ooh,
I
no.
don't even want to know.
Two girls, one peanut butter cup.
Yucky.
And Nick's just sitting on the other side of the camera.
Do you picture him saying that though? Good job.
No. Yeah, but
exactly.
that's what he doesn't know what else to say. It's kind of a
And
stupid
you
thing
think
to
he
say
told
to
her to
someone.
say at the end, thank you for considering me to be a submissive? Like, come on.
No.
No.
He probably didn't even know anything about that until she introduced him to it. And then he maybe read up on it because it was something she was interested in. And because he's autistic, he maybe thought, right, I need to learn everything about this.
Well, that's
now
what he
because
said in the interrogation. He couldn't even remember the wording. He was like, it's
yeah,
like fantasy, like BDSM. He said, I learned about it on the internet.
yeah, that's what he would have probably done, gone away and done lots of research to please her, because that's what she's interested in. And then he might have had a bit of a better understanding of it, but I doubt he would have fully, nah. This is lunacy, this. Like, she is, I don't know what she is. Beyond evil.
She's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a crotch rocket.
She's a
rotten
detached
crotch.
from reality sociopath.
For sure.
I mean, that is one of the symptoms of the chromosome deletion she has, is being a sociopath.
Yeah.
She's a psycho.
Yeah.
I think she is, allegedly.
I mean, the book.
Right.
This book is written like a psychopath would write.
Well, you had two terrible ghostwriters and
right.
Melissa Moore and her own self was the daughter of a legit psychopath and serial murderer.
I mean, you think of like the audience, her, the people that are captivated by her words, like it definitely is speaking to a specific type of community.
Oh, this is going to be on Telenova. You watch. It's going to be on Telenova in Espanol, and they're going to play it out like some, soft corn.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was like. As I was listening to more and more, I was like, this is murder mystery soft corn.
Yeah, it's going to be on Telenova.
She keeps putting it out there. This is not a true crime book.
No, it's definitely not suitable for children, let alone your
not even for me.
Unborn daughter.
I know.
Not even a middle-aged woman this isn't suitable for. Like this is rated MA, mature audiences only. Like,
is there any
on your 4th birthday, Aurora, I shall rock you in my arms while reading my memoir to you, my darling. You're weird.
Well, what did you think about the doll reference? Like, she starts off pretty strong about how she would compare dolls to like newborns and innocents. And then they were cleaving shape. She always emphasized that there was no hair on a doll's body.
That was her mom's preference.
Supposedly.
You know what I thought was really strange is when she talks about how it was when she was locked in the shed and she fell asleep and she had a dream, and in the dream she was like playing with 2 kitty cats, and all of a sudden the cats turned into Mia and Dylan.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it was really odd. I'm gonna have to clip that part. Her dream, and then it was her and Rod and Christy, but she said something about hating Dylan and Mia because her dad left her to have them.
I
Yeah.
understand that. Like that's actually a normal sort of reaction,
Yeah,
isn't it?
but the way she worded it, I was like, damn, Gypsy.
Oh yeah, it's probably extreme.
Yeah.
But like I know Becca will probably break this down in a video or a series of videos, but at the beginning she states these are not, like, you know, I can't remember, but it says something like these are my memories and what I believe or what I remember to be, or what
Yeah, it's
things
like
that,
a
yeah. And
disclaimer.
from what I've watched, like through watching psychology stuff, and I don't know if I've got an echo or there's something wrong with my mic. Is it okay?
It's
It's a
fine.
little echoey, but I mean, it's not, I can hear you.
I can
Okay.
bear it.
Like
Yeah, I can
a
hear
lot
you
of,
as well.
thank you guys. A lot of people will tell you, because like I've had to do a lot of, like, doesn't matter, will not go over me, but like a lot of people will say, like, when you're a child, like kids, you remember things like, a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists will say, well,
Yeah.
when you're younger, you don't necessarily remember things exactly how they happened, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you remember the emotion, right? Like,
Yeah.
so for Gypsy, like being told no for something that a normal person would react and be like, okay, I can't. She would go to the extreme into her emotions and be like, well, this is how you're making me feel. I'm a victim. I'm,
Yeah.
me. And her mom would probably just shut her up and give her sometimes what she wants. So that when she had to be stern, it was a very victimizing, like emotion. It's overemphasized, it's exaggerated. She was like I don't know. That makes
No, I
Knowing
sense.
get.
what we know now, though, it's weird that she doesn't hold any animosity towards Rod when most
I
kids
think
would
she
hold
does, though. I think
most
she
kids.
does.
Hmm,
I
I mean,
agree.
to the extent that she's
100%.
Yeah,
villainizing.
she calls him a name in the book. What was it?
I would be mad if I heard some of the stuff she said if I was Rod.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it's a fact too that he left her to go with another family, but she villainizes Dee Dee more than him. And I'm not saying that he should have
yeah.
suffered the same fate or nothing, but most kids in that situation would be like emotionally, like more like, like, oh, I hate my parent because they left me for someone
Yeah,
else.
my dad did that. Well, he did more than that, but basically, like, when I was a baby, he was with another woman, and 9 months later, my half brother was born, and I never knew about this. And we live in a very small town, so we both went to the same schools, same primary, like nursery groups, all of that, all the way up to high school. And he was only in the year below me, and I never knew until I was like 14, 15.
That's
That
wild. I
Yeah,
think
and I was really angry and I asked my mum, why did you not tell me? My sister didn't seem to have the same kind of reaction as I did, but I'm a bit like, I can be a bit, whatever. But like, I said to her, why did you not tell me about this? Because like, we could have hooked, like, technically, we were in the same youth clubs and youth groups. We could have hooked up. That could have happened. That could have actually happened. Luckily and thankfully, it didn't. And she said, I was protecting him because his mother went on to remarry when he was a baby and have another two kids. So for all he knew, his name's Christopher, for all Christopher knew, his stepdad was his biological dad. So my mum never told us in case we blurted it out. And I thought, well, that's quite good of you, mum. Like, that's a really noble thing. But what about us? Like, because it seemed to
Yeah.
throw me for days. I was so upset and angry at my dad and angry at him, like the stepbrother, the half brother. Sorry, not the stepbrother, the half brother. And yet my sister was quite chill about it. But I don't know.
I
Like,
think she takes
Yeah.
big jabs at the people that can't defend themselves right now. Like, I
yeah,
think she's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
really
what
go
makes it more
hard on Christy
disgusting.
or Rod, or now she's gonna go real hard on Nick and Dee Dee. One can't really say much, and the other can't say anything.
yeah. But like,
So
she
And
hasn't got
she
any.
continues to beat them down. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Apple.
No, what I was going to say is, like, my dad and I, we don't have much of a relationship, but like, the way things are, the way I feel about it wouldn't matter if I was completely alone and had no one else in the world. He'd be the last person that I'd turn to. I'd do it on my own. Whereas the only reason I think she's there is because she doesn't have any other options and she can't stand on
Oh
her own.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
So like that's why she's there. It's because no one else will have anything to do with her. They won't associate with her and her family. I mean, like, you know, because she's got a big family. Whereas unlike like I think that so yeah, it may seem like she's being cordial with them, but really she's no other options or choice. Well, she does. She can do it on her own, but she won't do it on her own. You know?
Hold on.
Yes,
I'm
I
reading the
agree,
chat.
and I agree with Luna Rose. That's what I was saying earlier. She has some sick
Yeah.
attraction, and that
She,
statement that you just put up, Starlight from
she has a
Luna.
Freudian attraction and sick desire for her father. She resented
Mhm.
her mom and was sorry, it's gone.
Oh, did I
No,
move
you got it. You got it. And was disgusted by blaming all possible ways for her daddy leaving. She's sick.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. In that one clip, she says, I went from wanting a daddy to fishing for a boyfriend. It was so weird.
That's kind of like the book itself. It just circles
It
in
is
weird
really-
directions.
Mm.
I really hate the part where she describes her mom's last moments and then goes into the rape scenario.
Yeah.
See,
That
I
was
haven't
super
gotten that part. Like,
classy.
I heard it, but I need to re-listen to it because I
Oh,
was
it's so
doing
fucked.
something. And yeah,
It
I'm having doing
literally,
a part 2 and a part 3.
it's like literally like she's describing her mom's last moments, and then she goes, and then I got naked, so and went to Nick, and Nick raped me, and describes the whole rape scene.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was very,
It was not
very
even, doesn't
distasteful.
even give you a break to breathe. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you literally just described your mom's murder, and then
Really?
you
I'm
With
gonna have to
no
go listen to
empathy.
that. I
With
thought I
no
was caught
empathy.
up. I think I missed a couple chapters because I heard Kesh streamed it, and I heard the first 3. I went to bed, and then by the time I saw that you were live the next day, you were already on, I think,
18 or something.
yeah.
14, yeah,
Like
it's
she had
pretty-
just. I remember she was talking about the bus ride to prison and doesn't
Yeah, you missed that.
mention Rachel Garlick.
Yeah,
She never mentioned Rachel.
No,
doesn't mention
she
her.
mentioned
And
the
then
bus ride, but not Rachel.
She mentions an inmate shitting and eating her shit,
Yeah.
wow.
but
Yeah,
she hadn't mentioned Rachel at all.
that whole thing where she just skipped into how she just talked about, you know, how her mom was unalived, like with you feel nothing when you hear
It
her
was
talk.
very cold.
Really?
Yep. And then
It
she
was
just was like,
eerily
and
eerie.
then
It was so eerie. And then it's her fucking reading it. I'm like, oh my God. Like, this is
Yep.
the, like, I did it and I'm going to brag about it. You
And
know?
she lied,
And
of
I
course.
did hear she said at one time she didn't have enough money to get OJ's dream team.
Yep.
Like girl, OJ Simpson should never come out of your mouth.
Well, the Kardashians had been in touch
He
at that
got
point.
away with murder too, just like
Yep.
you.
The Kardashian father was on the dream team, so that's probably why she even mentioned that.
Yeah.
Like Kim K.
Gross.
Rob. Yeah, Rob. Was it Robert?
Rob Kardashian.
He is OJ Simpson.
Yes, you're right.
Gypsy Simpson.
That's right.
I think she just got to embellish her sick fantasies through this book.
Can I ask, because I haven't actually, other than going on Audible and looking at the reviews, of which there's only 2, by the way, and they're 5 stars for some reason, even though the actual review rating says 3.5 stars. So I think those ones are like fake ones. You know how sometimes people put up fake reviews because they're too
probably Gypsy.
Yeah.
It's probably Sugar Sunday.
Sugar Sunday.
Oh yeah, like
scoop on in here, Sugar Sunday.
Did Gypsy really say that she had a dream that she took part in the act or witnessed it?
Wow.
Did she say that?
In the book?
In the book? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, something along those lines. I've only glossed over it once, like really good, and then gone over parts.
Yeah, that's definitely something you have to listen to or read, not listen to her. Because, like, listening to her was fucking rough. Like, I never want to do that ever again.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Sorry, I do have a tendency to go on tangents. I apologise, but my main point was, like, I've only seen it on Audible, but does it have, given the content and given the use of the language and stuff, is there any disclaimers on the book at all? Like, does anybody know if there's, like, a page inside or a preface or anything
Not
on the
that I'm
cover?
aware of, no. I think that
Wow.
there's like a dedication,
A note to Aurora.
A note to Aurora.
There's a note.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Like, dear daughter, I hope this clears up a lot of questions.
Yeah, like that's what makes it so
Shut
sick. That's why
up.
I keep saying for Aurora,
Yes, there's a
because
dear
this is
daughter
for her.
Jeez.
I can't.
Like,
I've got to read this. Hold on.
Ugh.
Get it. I
It's
think I
like,
have
dear
it right here.
Aurora, your mom's a
It's the
horror.
preface.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it should be in the explicit section. It shouldn't be in, like, wherever it probably is, which is probably...
It's probably
No,
on
it
the
definitely
children's
should be
shelf,
nowhere
knowing
public.
her. It's probably going to be at that bookstore in the kids section.
It's crazy.
I
Like, there
just
should
can't
be...
imagine her signing this book at that cute little bookstore.
I
With,
know.
you know, like older people, you know, anybody who actually still believes her clutching this book, knowing what they're about to read. I mean, ew.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
If a
Shame
kid
on her.
walks up with that book to sign it, I'm going to lose it.
Oh, God, yeah. That would be... No. Don't be thinking about.
No, I'm not manifesting that. It's going in the remanifestation generator for that not to happen.
No, her, you know, I keep thinking about it now that she put this book out on the shelves, is that, like, that all of her lies and her wicked tendencies will come to fruition one day, because there's no way that you could just put all this shit out in the world and expect no repercussions.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
She showed it something. It was number 1. Was it Travel and Leisure or something like that? It was something
Really?
odd on Amazon, new releases and something. And I was laughing because it was an odd space for
no,
it to be
I mean,
number
it
1.
will not be a best or a good seller for long. I mean, it's like a movie coming out and premiering huge, and then the next week it doesn't do well. It's like Kate Gosselin's world. She wrote several books, and she's back to nursing.
Becca's... Sorry to interrupt, Nicole. Becca Scoops is here and she's asking, can she come up, Starlight?
hello, Becca.
Yay.
No,
Yeah.
Becca.
All right, I'm going to push play on this. This is something I clipped, and it's like Gypsy describing her and Nick's fantasy world that she says that Nick created, but I think she's full of shit, and I think she created it, and he was just a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? A part of this world she created online.
A
So here we
Her
go.
telepathic powers.
Yeah.
She's telepathically listening to us all right now, actually.
I hope you are, Beth.
In a fantasy world where the innocence of imagination dies and resurrects into a world ruled by the improbable and the impossible. Nick lived in the realm of the improbable. In our elaborate conversations, he'd command his minions and gargoyles to swoop me out of my princess room and into a dimension in which I was queen, his queen. Nick's storytelling captivated me. Precise and colorful, detailed and well-crafted. If he hadn't included the perversion and the savage and depraved violence, he could have turned his stories into novels and sold millions of copies. I could feel the grooves of the stone walls of his castle and the smoothness of...
See, I'm just already like, no.
Yeah.
She said what he said could have been written in novels. I don't believe that.
No, autistic with an IQ of 82 is not going to be able to put that in a novel. Don't get me wrong, I'm not putting people down. It's just like, it's highly unlikely, in my opinion. allegedly, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I always
we
say that.
know. This is me. Can you hear me?
Hi, Becca.
Hi,
It's
Becca.
Brent.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, Becca.
We know from the text and some of the Facebook messaging that Nick was not in charge of this relationship. She was
No.
fully in
No.
charge of him. She
Uh-huh.
was the one calling the shots. I wanted to reveal a couple of things. I got to keep some things for my video, but just to let you guys know that I've been taking copious notes on this book. And I want to
Can't
ask you guys
wait.
a question. If you were Dee Dee and you were trying to get away with this whole scam, right? Would
Yeah.
you allow your daughter to go to like overnight sleep studies in a hospital?
No.
No.
Should she leave her
No.
there? Or
Right.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, you have to. It's overnight.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stay in the room?
not with
No.
if they
I
think
don't
it's a
think so.
minor?
No.
No, because
And
you
No.
get to
and
disturb
plus
their
she's
sleep somehow.
yeah, and twice she had 2 sleep studies. I'll tell you because I was going over the medical notes again. I just, because she's coming so hard for trying to say that she had nothing wrong with her, right?
Right.
Well, in the sleep study, she had what's called hypoventilation. She needed the CPAP.
Mm-hmm.
Hypoventilation means she wasn't getting enough oxygen, and that
Hypo. Yeah.
yeah, hypo, not hyper,
Hypoxic.
hypo. So not
Hypoxic.
enough ventilation.
Yeah.
Then she had a barium study, which is that's
A
testing her
barium
gag
swallow.
reflexes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that showed she had issues with swallowing.
Yes. She used
She
to
had
choke on
huge
her
issues with
spit.
swallowing. Yeah.
Yes. She had a
She
lot of
spit
ear,
out
nose, and
food.
throat and
She spit out
digestive.
food, she spit out liquids during these tests.
Yeah.
She
Her
couldn't
mom,
swallow right. She couldn't
Dee Dee,
swallow
would have
right.
to prop her up at night because she would choke on her own spit, and that was also it was in the sleep study that would happen, where
Right.
she would
Us in the
gag.
salivary
She
gland.
would gag and shit.
Right. So the whole reason for
Yeah.
the
Can you hear
salivary
me?
gland
Or
removal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
the whole
Um,
reason,
so
the whole
in
reason,
the book, she says at the age of 20,
Oh,
she got the chromosome deletion disorder or testing done, and they said that she was not that she didn't have any of the symptoms. Do
Yes.
you?
that's not true. She had a lot of the
Can you hear
symptoms.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Do you think that the disorder does not affect her as an adult because of all the treatments that she did as a child?
I think a lot of the things that she had, she
Like
grew
all the
out of,
medical
like
yeah,
procedures?
like
Tyson grew out of
asthma.
asthma. Yeah.
Mhm.
Epilepsy, I think she grew
Out
out
of
of.
her ear, nose, and throat problems, because
Yeah.
a lot of that is childhood type stuff.
Yeah. And yeah, as you get bigger, it's
And
and then she did have some of her salivary glands removed. Now you have thousands of salivary glands. She still has
exactly.
many
She acts
salivary
like
glands.
they took them all out. Like, you
it's
can't do
very
that.
dramatic. Like
And
just like the procedure,
She
she
said.
said.
And
yeah.
they didn't
She's like,
even
I don't have
remove
salivary
them.
glands.
They did Botox injections, and when those were no
Twice.
longer working,
Right. So
then
what
then they took them. It's not like she took her right then and said,
exactly.
"Rip these out."
And it
No,
wasn't like exactly Starlight. It wasn't like Dee Dee was saying they tried Botox twice, and we know that Botox wears off after, a period of time. And so then the salivation would come back where she started gagging at night. And it was Gypsy in the medical files I read that was telling the doctor, yeah, it's back. I wake up at night gagging. And it was
Mm-hmm.
only after many tries of trying to not take any salivary glands that finally the doctor said, well, we can do this. This might help. Now, Dee Dee that whole time was never saying it from the get-go, you know what? No, I don't want that. I want you to do a surgery on her. She never said anything like that. In fact, she was happy with the Botox treatments that the mother agrees Botox helps. Dee Dee was
yeah.
always cooperative in these notes.
And she
Like,
was not malnourished either.
oh God, Starlight, I would really love to tell you what I found. it's gonna
Uh-huh.
make her so pissed off what I found.
Oh,
Not only
good.
was she not malnourished, I can't. No.
She had a huge ass.
I can't with this girl.
Look,
She's
look,
just like
look.
the
She
You know
tries
what
to
explosive
act like she
sugar.
had never
Look.
chewed and eaten before.
Just like
Look.
the salt water.
She said she was only 92 pounds and all that.
Yeah.
That is such a lie, and I'm gonna prove she lied from her own medical records.
Even if she was like when I'm 5'2",
She
and when
wasn't.
I was in high school and stuff, I was lucky if I could
No.
weigh 100 pounds.
No.
So,
No.
and everybody
Look.
gets fat when they go to prison.
Look, she weighed, okay, I'll just tell you. Look, she weighed 103 pounds when she was 16. Now, are you going to tell me that she lost 11 pounds? Does she look like? That's a lot of weight. That's
Oh, I see what
10%.
you're
That's a
saying.
lot.
Her
That's
ass in
10%
the
of
air
your
when she was
weight.
on the ground.
That's 10% of your weight when you weigh that, when you don't weigh a lot, right? 10% of your weight. If you weigh 100 pounds, 11 pounds, that's 10% of your weight. She looks exactly the same as she did at 16, as she did when she was arrested. She doesn't look like she lost a ton of weight. Okay. So, no, Gypsy, you're lying again, and I'm sick of it.
This
I
book
know.
is
Stop
such a
lying.
lie.
Stop
Just,
lying, Gypsy.
like I said,
Her
poor
lies are
Aurora.
just.
Poor Aurora.
This
Yeah,
No, I'm
baby has
sorry.
no
Aurora.
chance.
When she was
I don't mean-
18 years old, she weighed on September 1st, 2009, she weighed 16.9 kilograms, which is 103 pounds at 18.
Dang.
Yep.
I think she did lose a little
She's
weight
gonna
after
say
being
she
in
was
jail.
starved. She's gonna
Yeah,
say
it's
she
gonna
was
be some
starved.
Maybe
other
a little bit,
lie.
Nicole, but 10% of her body weight?
Yeah, no.
She's gonna say she was
No.
starved.
There's always some lie that goes on top of another
Obviously,
lie.
if she weighed 103 at 18, Dee Dee was not starving her.
No.
Right, but when did the
No.
thing with Dan happen? Because that's when things got crazy.
2011, right?
Mm-hmm.
2011.
Okay, and just to let you know about Oragel, Oragel does not make you salivate.
It
And I'm going
doesn't.
to go into that too, Gypsy. Not only does it not let you salivate,
I love
bad
that.
things can happen if you take too much Oragel on your
Mhm.
gums. So we're going to get into that
Oragel,
too.
that shit
Oragel.
wears off so fast.
Yeah,
It
it's so
does.
There's
temporary.
no sign
a
of
lie.
Oragel anywhere.
It's so good to see you, Becca. I
You were
and hear
sucking off
you.
a baby
Good to see you
bottle.
guys too.
Becca,
I'm
what do you
glad
think
you're
about her
here.
sucking on that baby bottle?
The clear nipple,
The baby bottle and the
So
nipples.
gross.
not the
About
brown.
that, Becca? What you think
Did you
about that?
I thought,
I felt dirty reading the book.
That's what we were
yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about. That's
yeah.
what we were talking about.
I
How
was
this
on
is
I was doing a live and
horrible.
I felt like, am I like part of a sex camping right now? Like,
Yes.
Like, what a
Yeah.
terrible memoir to her daughter. Like I keep saying, poor Aurora. Like
I
this
know.
is
Sorry to shift
awful.
gears here. I'm going. I gotta go because I had a couple of
Bye,
things to
Code
take
Okay,
care of.
Box.
Code Box.
It was really nice being here, and I'm gonna
I'm
watch
glad
the.
you came up. Yeah.
Yeah, Code
No
Box.
You're
problem.
welcome
Love you.
anytime.
All right, love
You
y'all.
guys.
I'll see y'all
Bye,
Love
Code
later.
you. Have a
Box.
good
All
day,
right,
Code
Code
All
Box.
Box.
right.
Peace
Take
out.
care.
Now what?
Yeah.
Origel, like when I was younger, like when I was playing trumpet, I used to get a
That
lot
was
of
a
mouth
Baba.
ulcers, and they used to give me Origel for the mouth ulcers. It didn't do much. It
No,
numbed it for
Origel's over the counter.
yeah,
Until you can see a dentist or if you have a little boo boo or something going on.
yeah. It only helped for about 5 minutes, and the pain would
Yeah.
come back. You know, it's not because you
Becca,
can't
what
because
do you
it's
think about that Baba?
yeah.
Oh, you know what? Another thing, I'm just reading through my notes. Gypsy had really low, it's called O2 levels. So, your oxygen levels. So,
Mhm.
she only, when you put someone on a nasal cannula, that's like the little cannula thing that you put up right under your nostrils that you see people have in the hospital. You guys know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
they're
Yeah.
horrible.
Okay. All right. So when you put someone on that, usually your O2 level should go up to like almost like 100%. Okay.
Mhm.
Normal O2 levels are 98 to 100, just for a reference. Okay. And your O2 level, like when you're a nurse, like they pummel into you. Make sure the O2 is good because it's very important, right?
Yeah.
And on nasal cannula, meaning she's having oxygen pumped into her, she can only get up to 95%. As a kid, that's really,
That's
really
scary.
bad. really
Yeah.
bad, you guys, really bad. And I had missed that when I had read the notes before, but yeah, she had real issues. There's no wonder the doctors were wanting to see her a lot and wanting
Mhm.
to try to figure out what was wrong with her. They were
Yeah,
trying to
and they
figure
had
out.
follow-up, like, a lot of them are follow-up appointments.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
looked through the medical files, like, I was gonna go live and just scroll through them bitches,
Yeah.
but I decided not to because I was, like, afraid, like, I would get in trouble or something.
If
Yeah,
if
well,
But
you know
I've
what?
read them. It's I don't think Gypsy knows what she's reading. She
Not
said
only
it
does
in her book that it's full of, like, abbreviations. Well, I Googled most of those if I didn't
Yeah.
understand them.
Mhm.
They're easy to find.
And I was always wanting to know, did she have more records than what we had? Well, no. On page 109,
Apparently not.
she admits the medical records only date back to 2000.
Uh-huh.
And then brings up the sleep apnea, which she has no records for.
Mhm.
Weird.
Yeah, that's why
So
she
she
said she
doesn't have
doesn't
more
have it.
medical records than what we do, it seems like, because
Right.
I would see these medical records start, the ones that I have anyway, start around the year 2000 also.
Yes.
So, right?
Yes.
So
2000.
so she can't talk about anything that happened before 2000 because she doesn't have the records.
No.
Exactly.
But
She's
she
that's
goes
why your
on
saying
to
that she
mother.
say,
didn't have sleep apnea over and over and
And
over.
back
So
then,
obnoxious.
if you
how does
were
she know?
born with
Exactly.
they couldn't test for it back then, but they know she has a chromosome disorder and that it could possibly, and so she's having these side effects of not being able to keep food down, and she had failure to
Right.
thrive.
So every doctor writes in the notes when she's younger, when they're trying to figure this out. Every doctor's writing, patient has unspecified neuromuscular disorder. Unspecified
Mhm.
means they haven't diagnosed it yet. They don't
Exactly.
know what it is, but they know it's neuromuscular based on her symptoms.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Right,
they do the
that's why the
biopsy, and the biopsy, no, it didn't come back with muscular dystrophy,
Right.
but it did come back with type 2 fiber atrophy, blah,
Right.
blah, 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 blah.
Right. So they knew something was going
They
on, and
had
that
to it was a test. They
Yeah.
right.
had to test it and see what was wrong.
So her saying that she had no symptoms, oh my God, just start reading the medical records. They're all there. They're
Yeah.
all there. And it's not Dee Dee telling them the symptoms. It's the
Mm-mm.
doctors and the nurses observing the symptoms.
Mhm.
Well, that's why she said she doesn't want to sue the doctors for malpractice. She wants them to pay for her
Her
Yeah,
her
she
teeth.
feels entitled to those teeth
Yeah.
she got.
Yeah, she
Oh,
does.
for
You were
goodness
sucking
sake.
on a fucking baba,
It's
ma'am.
infuriating, isn't it? It's
You were
infuriating,
sucking
especially
on
Yeah.
a
like
baba.
if you know, like Becca, you've got a background in nursing, and so I can imagine because like I just listened to it. There was like a Google channel that uploaded a preview, and I think it was 40 minutes. And within after the 40 minutes, I was livid,
Yeah.
like with the lies and the
Yeah.
inconsistencies and just the nonsense.
Yeah. And everything about Nick is just so infuriating to me.
Oh,
I know.
So,
I was here. I
That's the
still have
part
that
that
clip
gets me
up.
really, really
This is
pissed off
about
about it.
their fantasy world. That's what I was playing when
Oh.
you came up.
Yeah, okay,
'Cause
good.
it's
All right.
the one that she, in my opinion,
Made up.
created, but she's
Right.
saying he created it.
The horns of the Seraptors, circling the labyrinth. Proper names for his creations rolled off his tongue, suspending my belief in glorious ways. Night after night, I drank from his chalice of escape.
Like she talks like this.
Exactly.
Hold on.
That's what we were saying.
exactly.
Yeah, like he was talking about a labyrinth or the chalice of
She
his
doesn't know what any of that
Oh.
means. Just stop,
No.
Gypsy.
Superfluous medication.
Yeah. Rubicon was the word I last started laughing
Yeah,
out loud on.
Denigrate.
She said in prison she read
Like
the
you didn't
dictionary.
Off
learn
his
this
tongue.
with a
Tonight,
GED.
I drank from his.
Oops, what?
I was like, she doesn't know these words. Like this is
It's ridiculous.
She said
Read the
she read the
dictionary
damn
like Malcolm
dictionary.
X.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
What was that word earlier she used to talk about putting
Denigrate.
a denigrate? She was going to denigrate her lady part.
Denigrate her lady lumps.
Yep.
His
Oh,
chalice of escape. Nick's realm held mystical beasts, evil spells, and poison potions. The upside-down version of my reality. Like Earth's continents, Nick's fantasy world contains several lands separated by serpent-filled seas.
Several lands separated by
Where is
serpent-filled
this?
Who was
seas.
in
who
the
was the Harry
world?
Potter fan? Who was the Star
Exactly.
Oh
Wars
my
fan?
Thank you,
gosh.
ma'am.
This is insanity.
Exactly.
Great point,
checkmate.
Becca. Great point.
Fuck.
Mm.
Another fantasy. But Nick made it up. Okay.
Yeah,
good
and
for-
Sarah said she watched Once Upon a Time. That was a TV series, another kind of fantasy series. This is her.
Yeah.
This is her, not him.
This is a book she wrote for fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My time to
For Harry
grind.
Potter.
My time to grind.
Yeah, my time to grind.
That's the book name. I came up with it.
I'm gonna
I
have
love
to
it.
do a song now.
Okay.
Make sure to mention her for calls.
Come.
Okay.
My time to tand.
Nick's evil twin brother lived in one realm, and he vowed to build a portal to the human world,
A
where he
portal.
would murder those in Nick's wake, in particular, me. Thank goodness for his
So-
medallion. His
medallion. Shut up. So that reminds me of the video where she's like, "I'll take the one card I have over you,
For you.
Right.
Gypsy."
Gypsy.
Do you think she took
Mhm.
some magic mushrooms in Universal and was feeling herself when she got this when
No.
she was doing this audiobook?
That sounds. Yeah. It sounds like it, doesn't it? It really.
Yeah, it's like a bad trip and I want to get off the ride.
But I think she's perfect. I don't know. She's just twisted as fuck.
Yeah, for real. I'm joking, but I had to
Yeah,
make
no,
a joke.
but it's funny though because it's so.
It'd make more sense if she was.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
lord.
human world, where he would murder those in Nick's wake, in particular, me. Thank goodness for his medallion, his prized possession, which
Medallion.
magically transported Nick.
Yeah, his medallion, like he had a
It's a magic thing.
yeah,
Where
Yeah.
did that come
that
from?
saved Princess Gypsy because she was gonna be the queen.
Yeah, and Gypsy's not into fantasy like that. Nah, she didn't like stuff
No.
like that.
No,
No.
she never met the cast either. I mean,
Exactly.
or brags
Yeah, she's
about
been
it
on
for
Vision
hours.
Con 1,000 times dressed as a stormtrooper.
Yeah, she doesn't dress up and use wigs and stuff. That was all
Cosplay,
Nick telling
no.
her to
Yeah.
do
Watch the
that.
next thing
Gypsy
that
didn't
she's
like
gonna
wigs or
say
anything. She
is
didn't
that
like
Ruby
dressing
wrote
up.
this book. Like
Yeah.
Ruby came over
Oh
her and she
shit.
wrote this book. Like that's what's
Oh
gonna happen
no.
next.
Oh.
Nick
I
forced her
wish.
to dress up. You know, she
Yeah.
never did that
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
she
Nick
knew her.
never
That
went
didn't
to a
happen.
Vision Con or any kind of con.
No, she didn't go to
Nope.
Vision. No, come on, stop it.
She
Come
can't
on.
use the word
Let's tell
con.
the
It's,
truth.
it's
Okay?
triggering.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is
come on,
crazy.
Gypsy. How stupid do you I mean, she must that's what angers me, I think, is just that she thinks we're that
Yeah.
stupid.
Do
You know what
you
I mean?
think, Becca,
She's
that
not
she's
stupid,
trying
just
to?
everyone is.
Do you think she's trying to get in front of something? Because I feel like she is in some of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what she thinks is out there, but I think she's trying to her whole thing is she can't stand being criticized and she
Right.
can't stand not being the victim. And so she
Yeah.
wants to get in front of anything that, you know, we as our community of people that are trying to expose her might come up with. And she knows everything that's out there. So
That's
I
what
have
I'm
to,
wondering. Like,
yeah,
does she know that these videos are going to come out, and that's why she's creating all
possibly.
these?
That's what I
You
was saying.
know,
We were
Or
talking
other
about
people might come
earlier.
forward. Other
Yeah.
people might come forward.
exactly. Or NPG may have all that stuff.
Maybe
She's feeling a little
vulnerable, and yeah, she's
Is
trying
that
to get
why
ahead of
she's
it.
taking a break at the same time?
that and Ken read the book and was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, where's Ken? Because
I think he's freaked out.
Yeah,
too.
Ken is like rocking back and forth in the
He's
corner
in
of
a
the room.
corner.
because you know I don't want to get graphic and I don't want to get gross and dirty like she is, but you all know when you have a, sexual relationship with someone that you know that person in that way. You know what I'm
Right.
Mhm.
saying? And I'm wondering if he's like reading this book or seen parts of this book, reading this part about her and Nick and going, that's her, not him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
He's
wondering if
realizing
he's
it.
recognizing
Well,
that she,
Becca,
yeah,
like they always said, like Ryan too, like, her story didn't matter to me. Her story.
right.
So I'm wondering, like, did they have their blinders on and now like nothing is sacred and Gypsy has put it all, or
Out there.
whatever,
Yeah.
Gypsy's put this out there.
She
Yeah.
threw
Stuff
that
that
in the
maybe
barbecue
they
dildo to match.
I'm
You know,
wondering if
she threw
they
it all
even
out there.
knew. Like, did they even know this shit
No,
before
I
they
don't
No,
think
wrote
I
it?
don't
so.
think so. No, I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
They did not know this. No, absolutely not. She did not share this. No.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like, you're gonna listen to it in my voice, Ken. All
Yeah.
of it.
And he
Yeah,
was
I
like,
didn't want to have to
"See
talk
ya."
about this, but Melissa and the ghostwriter they said I had to go over this stuff and I'm sorry. I
It's
really don't want you
everybody
to.
else's fault, just like this book.
Yeah,
Everything she
exactly.
says
I didn't really want to
is
do the
somebody
book,
else's
but
fault.
yeah.
The stuff she says about Rod, like, I would be mad if I was Rod.
Yeah.
And the stuff with Mia, I'd be mad.
It's
Yeah, but then
nobody's.
she's just gonna backfire and say, well, this is how you're getting food on the table
Yep.
through
Yeah.
her lies.
I think that well's gonna dry up really quick.
Good.
Yep.
It's like I said, she attacks the people that cannot defend themselves at all very badly in this book, like Nick and Dee Dee.
Mhm.
And she never takes accountability
She
at
was
all.
just a girl looking for love in all the wrong places.
And I
Mm.
can't get over that this is for her daughter. It says it on the
Oh,
book.
so gross.
It's
So gross.
terrible.
And
Mhm.
how does she wants us to believe where she says that Nick was like the only suitor? Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're online. What do you mean he's the only suitor? You've got the whole internet, okay?
Do you think she really never spoke with Dan after that?
No, we know she did.
'Cause she had
We
his
know
phone
she was probably
number.
talking to.
Memorized.
What I can gather from some of the police notes that I have that I can't
Uh-huh.
show,
Uh-huh.
that she had various men that she was talking to at the same time as Nick.
Yeah.
So, and it's a note from an officer, from the detective. I don't see the note, what he's talking about. It's just a note that he writes. But to me, that makes sense. Of course she was. Come
Mhm.
A
on.
lot of men thought she was a kid, so they probably
Yeah,
took
they liked
interest
it.
in
They
her
liked
and
what
they
she was.
liked it.
They liked her
Exactly.
dirty girl.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
agree.
Gross. Barf.
She was doing the dirty girl stuff before she knew Nick and during the time she knew
Yeah.
Nick. It was only that Nick was the only one that would do what she wanted to have be done,
Right.
With
Well, you got a
peanut
no
butter
scrape
and barbecue.
guarantee. No scrape guarantee can pop them dentures out. No
Yeah.
offense to
There
anybody
you
with
go.
dentures.
Right
It's
Yeah.
out.
just
She
her saying it.
Yeah,
she said she painted that dildo with her
What?
tongue.
Yeah,
She
that's what she
said
said.
Just
She
about the
said that.
she said she painted the
Oh.
dildo with her tongue.
Why would she agree to read that? I
know.
would be like, I'm
She
not
wrote
reading
it.
that.
I think
That
that's the part
She
she
likes
wrote.
it.
She's so
That's
She wrote
gross.
that was
it's
She
straight
fucking
out
likes
of her
it.
diary.
Well,
that was
She likes it.
tame compared to what
Oh,
she
Gypsy.
said about
Oh
her
yeah.
3 holes.
The 3 holes.
Ugh.
Oh,
it's
that's so
Yeah.
gross.
Three hole
And I think,
wonder.
and I think the book writer, the ghost writer is probably like, yeah, more sensationalized. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I
Exactly.
mean, obviously
Yeah.
these Melissa Moore and this other
Ew.
woman, they don't have any scruples or morals or they wouldn't
No.
be on this project.
Do
I wouldn't
y'all
be on this
think
project.
that part of this is legit AI and she did do parts of it and she's hearing the whole thing for the first time and some of the
I
stuff
don't know
she
because
did not
did y'all
say?
see her let's pull that up real quick. Her latest TikTok video. Hold on. Because she's very proud.
Why? After my memoir, My Time to Stand, has been released to bookstores and
God.
books are sold. I am so proud to be holding this book right now.
Oh.
And
Really?
read it already.
Oh.
I hope that you receive the message. This is not a true crime book. This is a book about survival and hardship and
And dildos.
Yeah, Lord, let's
Right.
pause it. We need a break.
And barbecue.
Wait a minute.
How's her hair blonde?
And where'd her
Oh,
tummy
yeah.
go?
Oh, yeah.
Where'd her
This
stomach
cake.
go?
Good
I love
Where's
the
her
lord.
comment.
baby bump?
I love the
Where's
comment on her
Domestic
post.
what the National Domestic Violence Hotline? Because Dee Dee should have been calling that, not you, Dee Dee.
Yeah, I know. And she
Yeah, I forgot she put that in the
Oh,
title.
that's right. It was #1 in survival and outdoors. That's what it was #1 in.
What?
I forgot.
My thoughts on my memoir, My Time to Stand, National Domestic Violence Hotline.
Jesus.
She gave the Children's National Child Abuse Hotline and tagged her people.
If any child reads this book, they're going to have to call the hotline.
I
Yeah,
feel like I need to
obviously.
call a hotline. to
Yeah,
say that.
my mom made me get my booster shots. Damn it.
Yeah.
I didn't want the booster. She forced me into it.
Yeah.
Made me go to
It needed
school.
a warning for sure. Explicit content or mature
I agree.
content
I agree.
or something.
How did it not have that? Like, how did it?
Yes,
How?
nobody buy that book, by the way. We will read it
Yeah,
right here.
don't buy
Don't
it, you
buy it.
guys.
Plenty
I'm
of
gonna go
people
over
have it.
most of it too. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people have it for free, so don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't buy it. Go ahead. Who was
Starlet,
that?
you should leave a message.
It was Cash.
How your thoughts on her book? She wants to know if you got the message.
I'm gonna tell her right here. Where can I tell her? Oh, you can
Add a
comment.
comment. Add a comment.
Well, I'm not on my account, or I would.
Oh,
All right, here we go. Let's finish it. It's a 5-minute clip.
Oh my god.
She's feeling herself.
Oh my god.
She's very proud of that
Yeah.
disgusting book.
Becca.
Like, wait, there we go.
To say that this book is just a book.
I can barely
is
hear
not.
her.
It's very, very much misrepresented. This is not a book.
What?
This is my entire life
What?
in pages.
Yeah.
It's not. I want to hear about the Vision Con.
Yeah, it's not her entire life.
That, like, did you read the same thing I read?
I did. That was odd. What is she?
What?
And you're so like that. I can't.
It's my life.
no, it was
Like,
Dee Dee's life that she went over.
how are you proud of having barbecue dildos and
Yeah,
you're
I
chasing the
can't.
postman down
Yeah.
in your wheelchair?
Yeah.
It's like,
It's nothing you wrote, obviously. If anyone reads it, the verbiage and all that is like
That's
way
right.
over your head, girlfriend. Number one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Becca, she read the dictionary in prison.
Oh, all
right,
right.
like Malcolm X.
Mhm.
Same thing.
So which is it? Is she only has a second grade or kindergarten education?
That's what I said.
Her
Like,
flag
pick a
she's called.
lane. Gypsy
And then
cannot
jail
pick
school that took her 5 years.
She cannot pick a lane. Like, she's in every lane.
Exactly. Exactly.
She needs to pick
But
a
she's so smart.
hairstyle, a
She,
hair
yeah.
Pick a
color,
struggle too. She can't pick a struggle. She's a
a hair
victim of
color, a length, and a stomach. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
My lord.
Yeah.
There's no. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
When I started working on this book with Melissa Moore and Michelle Mastroshani,
Oh,
two
barf.
amazing women, amazing writers. I had such a wonderful time working with them, brainstorming.
Brainstorming because I don't know the
talent
truth.
To be
Exactly.
able to bring the emotions of what a trauma survivor has to go through and overcome and push past into words, that is incredibly difficult.
Oh my god.
Because no one can know the emotions felt by a victim unless you are in that situation or have been there. And so for us
Your mother
to
wasn't the happy
brainstorm
face
together and
killer.
kind of figure out how do we want to put this all together, how do we want to framework this, is amazing. And I think we did an amazing job.
If she says amazing one more time, I'm going to kill myself.
Don't say
Things
that.
that I talk about in this book are things that I don't get asked in interviews.
Oh,
I
God.
don't get asked how scared I was.
How I sucked a
in certain
dildo.
situations.
Yeah.
I don't get
You
asked
painted it with
why.
your tongue.
Can you tell me about the videos? I have questions, Gypsy. I'll ask you all the questions. Why don't you let me ask you all the questions? I'll interview
When did you
you.
find out you had the micro deletion? Have you come to an
Yeah.
acceptance
So
with
many
that?
questions people
Yeah.
could really ask her, you know, and
She's
she-
never
no
had a
one
hard
does.
interview. No.
No, you're right. I guess she got that one right, huh? Nobody really
You
has
said
asked her
you
the
were an
hard
addict,
questions.
but then you said you weren't. It was just 1 week. Now you're
Yeah.
doubling down on being an addict, but you were never in any kind of recovery program in prison. And
Right.
you go through withdrawal. So can you explain really what happened with those drugs?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
If
how
you
did you
took
get
it
off
off?
them so easily without going anywhere or being
And
treated
she was
for it?
crushing them up and putting them right in the tube, according to
Well, that's
her.
pretty
Yeah, then that means
hardcore.
you're a
Really?
hardcore addict and you would have gone through withdrawals.
And
What?
you get pretty damn sick. So I want to know
In
what
that
happened.
interrogation room, you would have been dying.
She would have been sweating. She would have
She
been,
said,
yeah.
Shaking.
I
she
think she
said,
was popping stuff in that interrogation room. She keeps
That's
going under that blanket.
that's
And
she
insane.
said
That's
that
different.
her mom, she ate all of her mom's pain meds, and her mom went and turned her into the police in order to
Right.
get a new script. Well, I think that is bullshit.
They
Like,
had a
Where's
script
you
where's
pad.
did.
that
She
record?
turned your ass in. She turned you in because you ate all her shit,
Right.
They had
and
a
you're trying to
doctor's.
then twist it and turn it around on your mom.
Didn't they have a doctor's script pad at home? Didn't they have one?
No,
That's
no,
they
that
No,
was
a
that's
a
a
Christie
lie.
thing.
rumor that,
That's
I
a
mean, I don't
Christie
know.
lie.
I can't say that, but I
I've
do know
never
that
seen any proof
if
of
your
that.
prescription is stolen, you do have to make a police report if it's a
That's
narcotic. And
yeah. Well, look, see if I
I'll
don't.
turn her
See if
ass
I run
in
out of
too.
yep,
if I run out of tramadol, right, which I sometimes do. See, by day 3, my skin's crawling and everything. Do you know what I mean? And that's only tramadol. You know, like I
Yeah,
feel like I'm.
right.
Yeah, I get the
Right.
sweats.
It's like that, but it's worse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a very sick you're very sick. You're very, very ill. You're climbing the walls. It's
that's what it feels like. But I can't imagine if it's worse than that. Then I can't imagine
it's
that. You need
worse. It's probably
professional
one of the
help.
worst to come off of, and I've seen many people come off of that, and you cannot be sitting up. They
No,
call it
you get
kicking it
very.
for a reason. They call it kicking it for a reason with kicking heroin because you're literally, if you're going cold turkey, you see people
Yeah.
lying in a bed and they're kicking their legs up and down,
Yeah.
up and down, up and down because
Oh.
of the stomach cramps that you have. It's very brutal to come off of it
You
like
get
cold
full
turkey.
body cramps.
Oh
Right.
my
But it
God.
didn't
The
affect her.
chills, you get
Right.
hot, you get
Fox
cold.
News.
Yeah.
Didn't affect her. Only on it for
very,
a
very
week.
sick.
Yeah.
now,
That's why I
again,
never bought that. I never bought that she was
me
a true
either.
addict. You know, I'm not saying she didn't take it sometimes, but to be like
Addict, no.
addicted to it.
She
No.
Like
couldn't have been like she didn't
Because
have it on her, right? That wasn't
no.
in.
I don't think they searched her.
Well,
I
they took
honestly
all her
don't.
stuff. It would
I
have been
think
her faith
She could
book
have
or
had it in her
something.
pocket or something or stuff. I think
I
she.
don't know.
no,
I don't know. Who
when they
knows?
take
Who
you into
knows?
custody, they do go through all of your
They go through
stuff.
everything.
So,
Yeah.
and I can't remember if she had that on her or not, but
Well, her medication, she
regardless,
said it was back at the house.
yeah. The opiate
Oh, no,
withdrawal is
Sizzle.
extremely brutal. It's not she could not be sitting there talking to that detective. It wouldn't
No.
That's why
happen.
it's so hard to get off of. Nobody
She
wants
would.
to go through those withdrawals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
think
would
she
have.
popped a
Withdrawals
bunch
start
before
pretty
she
quick.
went in because she was
Pretty
very
quick.
chatty.
I don't know.
I mean,
Like,
took
and
some before
Yeah,
she went in.
I never understood the drug part of her story. Like
don't you have?
she mentions it a lot in this book, her
Yeah.
drug use. And I
But
just
Well,
she was
she
never
didn't.
in a recovery program, nothing. She
She
Don't
doesn't
did
you?
not
smoke
have
crack
it in her
recovery.
system when she was arrested, Nicole. She did not have it in her system
Yeah,
when
the
she was
Right, you're right.
arrested.
Correct.
You're
Went
right.
to the
She went for a
hospital.
blood test. So
Yeah.
then there you go.
Yeah,
She
it
wasn't
wasn't there. No.
But like, see if so for example, see if I right. So I'm using myself as an example, right? So I take the tramadol every day, so my body's developed a physiological dependence on it. But see
Right.
if I only took 1 or 2 for like maybe 3 days or a week or whatever, my body's not going to. Is this right? My body's not going to develop a physiological dependence on it unless I'm taking it regularly and like a certain amount. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So you would have to be taking it regularly for probably 10 days or more to get
Yeah,
a
that's
physiological addiction where your body is actually going to go into a withdrawal when you
yeah.
stop taking it.
I thought that.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, taking it occasionally is not going to cause a physiological, withdrawal
Mhm.
situation.
Yeah.
Right.
But just what she was doing, wasn't well, what she claimed she was not tramadol,
Yeah.
but
Now
whatever.
she could have been stealing her mom's meds just to piss her off because she's like that, because she's cruel like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but no, I didn't find watching her, and I know that it wasn't in her system when she was arrested, which tells me she's not really an addict. It would be in her system. She would have to
Yeah.
have it. She would take herself to the hospital, the ER, and make up some story to get the meds,
Right.
and she didn't. She didn't do that. So,
Liar.
All right, I'm gonna push play.
okay.
Why didn't I just run away? I don't get asked that stuff. And I think even if I told them why, they wouldn't really understand. So it's extremely important to put into words for readers when they are reading my story and when my story is told. The reasons, the emotions, the restrictions put on me.
Oh my
And put
god.
on victims.
Restrictions.
So
I know teenagers whose parents have way more restrictions on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's really cocky in this video. I'm not. It's just like, yep, for the readers and
No one had it worse.
Sounds like
No one had it.
Nothing happened to you to where someone's life needed to be taken.
Do you guys know there's a good Cinnamon? I was sexually, physically, and mentally abused growing up as a child, and my brothers. I would never put out a book. I have to agree with that. And if you would, do you know how painful that would be to
Oh,
recall the trauma, to relive a
Would you-
trauma like that? It's
would you-
extremely painful to relive trauma in your life.
I
people
agree.
Would
avoid
you-
it at all costs. That's what another thing with
Yeah.
addiction. People avoid feeling those feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't go brag about it. Like,
No, you don't write a book.
No.
I mean, maybe after a lot of therapy and a lot of like input, and all of that, but not a year. And this has
No.
been like, months, a year in the making.
But it's
I-
still so fresh that the trauma that she wants us to believe that she went through is something that would never it would still be fresh your whole life.
Right.
The moment you go back to that time mentally, it's extremely painful.
Mhm.
And then to talk about it like this, she's talking about it like it's no big deal.
Exactly.
No,
That's
it's
what I was
disturbing.
saying. There's
It's
no
so
emotion.
disturbing.
It's very
Like,
flat.
I know
It's-
trauma. I'm traumatized. Like, well, so are a lot of
Right.
us.
Yeah. So she doesn't seem like a real victim to me. It just doesn't
I
come
mean, the
off
book
authentic.
doesn't even put Dee Dee in like a horrible light.
No.
I would think that there would be more things that she told about what had occurred, and there wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, she
she
doesn't want.
emphasizes her abuse or her fabricated abuse, and to a point where it's like, believe me because I'm saying it, rather than believe me because this is why.
Yeah, she should be thanking her mother. She wouldn't even have her eyesight if it wasn't for her mother. If her mother did not get on top of all of these things, who knows? If her mother was truly neglectful of her and of her condition,
Yeah.
She couldn't even see. The doctor said if she didn't have those surgeries, she probably would be blind by now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she's a mother herself, and to deny that she has this chromosome deletion disorder.
Yeah.
Be a rude awakening if her daughter has the same, or her granddaughter, or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And I hope they don't, but you know, it's a possibility.
But she just flat out denies it in the book. Like, don't even go there. Like, that's the vibe she's giving.
Yeah,
Don't even go
basically
there.
said,
It's not
"Don't
even
even
an
do that."
excuse.
Yeah, you're right.
Even though I just clipped the Rod interview where he's saying that all of her unaligning medical issues were due to the chromosome disorder.
Yeah.
So what is it, Gypsy?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go there because her explanation of that whole thing doesn't make sense at all in the book. It's
No.
like, yeah, it's like going around in a
Glossed.
circle.
Yeah, she glossed right over it.
She's
Yeah.
very the thing is that she doesn't know herself at all because she's in denial of herself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she's not authentic.
No,
Right.
there's
That's
nothing
therapy would
authentic.
help with that.
And you know what? The only reason she even mentioned that in the book was because of our community. And
That's what I
Exactly.
think.
That's what we were saying earlier, that
Oh,
she's
okay, yeah.
trying to get
Yeah. Ahead
she's
of it.
had time to curate
Yeah.
these lies
Yeah,
due
she
to
knows.
everybody else and what we've
Absolutely.
been talking about.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she's coming. Her story is coming to the end of the tunnel. Now she has to face with the bullshit she's putting out there.
Yeah. It's just going to get debunked, isn't it? Well, hopefully.
Is this going to be like a
Oh,
series
yeah.
though, like a memoir part 2, like my time to stand, my time to sit down,
Yeah,
my
it's
time
called
to talk,
Lifetime.
my time, grind,
Trilogy.
like trilogy, like the Harry Potter novels. They just keep going.
Oh.
I mean, I like, no
Oh, wait,
hate on
Disney,
Harry
I
Potter.
forgot. This also happened. Ugh.
Yep.
All right, I'm pushing play.
All right.
Okay.
So I think this book is ultimately the thing that I needed to have happened in my life because I held on to that grief and that pain for so long.
Of killing your mom?
And this is a healing book. This
Oh
is
my
about letting
God.
go of my past and finally pushing towards my future.
What she
and
wants
I
to
hope
let
that-
go of is her mom. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't want to be known for
For that.
killing her
Yeah.
She's
mother.
been
Yeah.
flapping
But
her
you'll
gums
never-
for 10 years.
You will never escape it, Gypsy. You're stuck with it. It's like a
I
permanent
think that's what she
stain
wants.
for the rest of your life.
She wants to relive that high over and over and over
Like
because
I
Well,
said,
I
it was
would-
she
exhilarating.
listens to herself talk about this. Like this is her
Mhm.
this is her prize pretty much to get to, how serial unalivers and stuff, they have a trophy. This
Yeah.
is her
See,
trophy.
I don't know. A part of
Exactly.
me thinks that she wants people to forget about it, like it never happened, but she still wants the attention of just being Gypsy,
Right.
which
Right.
she'll never have because she's
Right.
not an authentic person. She will only always be known for the girl who's killed her mom.
Yeah.
And she
And
doesn't
only
want that
change-
stain on her. Like
Mm.
she wants to do her makeup and have 9 or 10 million. She thinks she earned those 10 million followers by being
Yeah.
Gypsy.
No,
No, you earn them
that's-
because people have a morbid curiosity
Right.
as to what the mommy killer is doing.
Right.
yeah, and painting
You'll
your
never
tongue
be
on
known as
sticks.
just Gypsy Rose. Never.
Sorry, yeah.
That's what I think, anyhow.
No, I
Totally.
agree.
Yeah,
So-
and she's definitely a bona fide murderer.
She wants us to leave her alone and let her go do her makeup and
Her Photoshop makeup.
That's what
Oh my
Toddy said.
God.
Toddy One Skip did a video earlier, which was quite exact. It pertains to exactly what we're saying now. You know, when she was coming out of the courthouse and she had her coat over her head, and she
Yeah.
was like "F off," and it's like that's her picking and choosing when the cameras are in front of her face. Whereas prior
Yeah.
to that, she's like,
That's why I
being-
lost. Her hair was brown 2 days ago. I'm sorry,
yeah,
guys. I
Yeah.
can't.
no. I think it's actually quite nice. If I like, I know it's on her, but it looks nice. But
Yeah, but would she stop? But she can't stop trying to, she's trying out. She's like her own human Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Well, she
Yeah.
lost the kin, so she has to overcompensate, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, she's 9 months pregnant.
She don't look nothing.
Becca, do you see that comment?
Yeah, so I was just gonna answer it. Good, I don't have to type. So
Yeah.
the child would have a recessive gene, so there's a possibility, I think it's probably a 25% chance, something like that. I'm not a geneticist, but her any of all of her children will have, if they don't actually have
Carrier.
it, they will be carrying a recessive gene
Yeah,
for
they'll
it.
be carriers. Yeah.
Just like yeah, they'll be carriers. Just like your parents, like you have one of your parents has blue eyes and your other parent has brown eyes and you're
Right.
born with brown eyes, you have a recessive gene for blue eyes. So one
Right.
of your children might have blue eyes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
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 Mine
So
does.
she'll carry her children will be carrying the gene.
Yeah.
Do we know if
All of
Ken
them.
got tested to see if he carries any sort of the contributing factors to?
Ken definitely carries some
I would
shit.
think that the doctor would have told him to get a genetic test. Yeah, I would believe that probably is something they would have had to have done. That would have been absolutely an OB/GYN would say, "Look, dude, you need to get tested. We need to see what you're bringing on board just to have a heads up to what this baby might have."
Well,
So,
I know
yeah.
that because I have the the negative, and I have the MTHFR.
Yeah, I'm negative too. Are you you mean your blood type or no?
No, I have the rhesus, whatever it is,
What
the
is
RH.
RH
yeah, RH
negative
negative?
factor.
I'm
Yeah.
RH negative too.
Yeah,
I
I'm
am
negative too.
too. Me too.
Oh, how
Oh, I'm O
interesting.
negative,
O
my blood
negative.
type. Oh,
Me
me
Yeah.
too,
too.
O negative.
I'm
I'm O
B
negative. We're
negative.
universal. We could give blood anyone.
Universal donor. Yeah.
I'm B positive.
Oh, that's
Positive. I don't
rare.
know what the
That's
hell I
right.
am.
I'm
B
B
positive.
negative, and
B
that
That's rare
positive.
sucks
too.
because I'm very positive, and I don't like having B negative.
That's what my son says.
Yeah,
My son
I'm
says the
negative,
same
but I'm
thing.
positive.
But I don't want to be. I'm not negative.
All right, here we go.
But if anyone is in my shoes or the shoes that I was in, if they are experiencing trauma, if they are experiencing abuse, that this book will show that there is hope, there is life beyond abuse.
Jesus.
I'm not going to say that how I gained my freedom was right, because it wasn't. And I talk about that in the book. I absolutely have a life of regrets. I'm not
Where?
perfect. I've made really bad choices in my life, but that's what makes me human. And I think that we all have a sense of feeling like maybe we're not worthy of being loved. Maybe we're not worthy of a better life beyond abuse.
Oh my God.
And that's
Jesus.
simply not true. So I really, really, really just hope that the message of this book is conveyed to everyone in the best way possible.
What?
And Manuel choked up.
Oh, to have
Oh
that
my.
barbecue sauce.
I just really hope that.
I hear that
everybody.
choke up.
So this is day 2.
Oh dang!
after
What I
my
do? What
memoir,
I
My Time
do?
to Stand. I held on to that grief and that pain. I think that this book is ultimately the thing that I needed to have happened in my life,
Did I play
You're
that
further
part?
down.
because I held
Oh.
on to
You're pretty close. You're pretty close to the end.
the reasons, the emotions.
Oh, I was further
and I
down
talk
here.
about that in the book.
Yep.
I absolutely have a life of regrets. I'm not perfect. I've made really bad choices in my life, but that's what makes me human. And I think that we all have a sense of feeling like maybe we're not worthy of being loved. Maybe we're not worthy of a better life beyond abuse. And that's simply not true. So I really, really, really just hope that the message of this book is conveyed to everyone in the best way possible. And maybe I'll joke up.
Oh my
God.
god.
That was
Good
her. That
I
was her
just really hope
salvatory.
that
Hey,
That was her.
guys.
That was her salvatory issue.
The tear ducts are
These little
gone.
choke,
It
little
was
choke.
her.
How she
That was
Her
says,
saliva glands.
possible. And maybe I'll joke up.
Mm.
And I just really hope that when you read this, if you are a victim of abuse, you feel like you are not alone
Oh my god.
and you are loved.
Your book was porn.
To
What in the
everyone
hell?
out there that could relate to feeling not worthy,
Killing your mom? Oh, sorry.
but this is Hey,
You
this
made
was
me feel not
sis,
worthy.
demented.
I
not
kill
worthy
you.
means
I
not only
kill
that.
you.
Yeah, I think it's also bad timing because if her and Ken are gone, not being loved, that's why she got choked up.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
It just sucks that she really, really wants her audience to be people who have gone through traumatic experience. She's literally reaching out to them like, you're not alone. What you're going through is traumatic, but there's a way out. Like that type of talking to somebody who's actually been through trauma is very
Insultive. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gypsy, I'll seek my counsel somewhere else. Thanks.
Well,
That's not a
yeah.
book
But
for
if you
trauma
don't know
survivors at
if
all.
if you don't know the gaps and holes in her story and you just listen to what she says, like it's concerning that she's really wants her audience to be
Well,
people that are
and if your past does involve, sexual abuse, all the sexuality in it would really be
It's
Exactly.
gross.
That's what I was going to
triggering. I
say.
mean,
Yeah.
ugh.
The
Because
whole
if you
book would
did,
be triggering.
it would be like, "Oh, I can't
We
read this.
we don't need to know all of that
You
to get
don't.
the idea of sexual abuse. It's not necessary. I don't know why it's in
No.
it. It's
Right. I've
very
read books about people and it doesn't get that graphic.
it's like soft porn, and that's why
That
you feel dirty when you're reading it, you know?
that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
How this is like going to be on. I said it's going to be on a Telemundo, Telenova,
Exactly.
soft porn
The
Yeah.
telenovela.
telenovela after dark,
Ay,
Skinamax
ay,
type
ay.
deal.
It's just harder to fight against people that been through real life events and try to get them to understand why Gypsy's story is so flawed.
Yeah.
I
Because some,
think this book did her more harm than good in any way you look at it. If you are somebody that is, a survivor of any type of abuse, if you read this book, you're going to be offended. If
Yeah, you're
you're
gonna know it's
somebody
not true. You're gonna go, "This
exactly.
doesn't feel true." Yeah.
Yeah, it's not authentic, especially
No.
her speaking. There's no emotion. The only time she
No.
gets any type of emotion is when she's talking about this hypersexuality.
Yeah.
Or shooting her mom.
Yeah,
She gets really dark and deep there when she went with the
Yeah.
BB gun.
I played that earlier.
in the
Yeah,
rusty
because it
truck.
happened. Because that really happened.
Exactly. Yeah. She scared the shit out of her.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you do if your daughter came at you with
I don't know.
and shot you
I don't
with
know.
a gun and a dagger?
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
her
but
fascination with knives again. Yeah.
And she
Uh-huh.
I know.
literally says that her mom was scared of her. She says it in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
it's there.
yeah,
She
I thought
said,
Dee Dee was the monster. I thought she was afraid of Dee
honey didn't know baby could be violent.
Dee.
So
Oh
after
yeah,
the
gosh,
she
BB
says
that's
it
gun
with
situation, she
she
said
has
ugh.
Dee
it
Dee
with
was scared.
the deeper voice, and she accentuates certain words, and you could tell it's almost like Ruby is coming out.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I was in such a place. I was
Sensitive part.
pregnant. Ruby did this book. Now I, Gypsy, am gonna do my book. It's gonna be a series.
What is this
I don't
book?
think this
Doing
memoir
the
is
books by
over.
each
Oh God.
persona.
trilogy.
I don't think
Each
this memoir
persona
is
is gonna
over.
make
I
a
really
memoir.
don't.
Candy, Ruby, Gypsy.
Yep.
I think the big problem with Melissa Moore and this other ghostwriter and these people that are offering Gypsy as this abuse victim is that she's not one. They're trying to compare her to these other, the Turpins and
Right.
and Duggard and these other people that these people didn't kill anyone. They didn't murder anyone. You
No.
cannot. Gypsy is not the same, right? I mean, this is why this is so offensive to us, is because the victim was Dee Dee, not Gypsy. Okay.
Right.
And secondary Nick in some ways. So it's offensive that Gypsy is put on this pedestal, is living this life. And you know what was interesting to me yesterday, that court thing with Christy, right? Being the linebacker in front of her.
Watch.
Oh,
I
Christy.
saw,
Oh, Christy.
that Rod was there.
Yeah.
Rod
No,
was
I
there.
knew later. Yeah.
And
He's in the
I knew
getaway
later
car.
too. He's in a truck. And isn't it interesting that it's Christy, not Rod, who's running offensive? That's the man's role. Where's Ken? Where's Ken? Why is Rod staying in the car? Because he knows that Christy and Gypsy are full of shit.
She's
That's what
her
I
new
think.
mama. That's her new mama.
She was
was
like
just
a
her
light.
new mama.
It was
That's-
so weird. Christy, like this look of like she's gonna kill people in her eyes.
Yeah.
What is
ready
the
to kick some
problem?
ass.
Right into the camera.
What is this act that
Let's
they're putting
watch
on there
that.
in front of the courthouse? And what the hell was she wearing with that belt?
Oh, and the shoes, the dishwasher shoes.
What
Yeah,
is
she
happening? Yeah,
looks like
thank
a
you. What is
waiter.
happening here? They called TMZ. They called the people that they're going to be at the courthouse, and Christy is acting like, that she wants to like start, fisticuffs with somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Can you imagine what she's gonna be like at that book signing?
No.
She'll be
And
Christy
Rod's
will be
like,
the security.
can you see them driving up and they're in the parking lot, right? Rod's driving, right? And Rod's like, I'm good. I'm going to stay here.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Christy was
I'll be
pissed.
with grandma in the
I'm
car.
going to stay right here in the car. You guys go ahead and handle that. Because you know what? Rod's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this act in front of the courthouse with y'all. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a meme going around that Gypsy was dressed like Matilda's principal, the movie
my
Matilda.
The Trunchbull. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Who wore a belt when they're 8.5 months pregnant? Anyone?
I don't know.
Anyone?
Well, why is it's just for
No.
decoration? I think that's why she wore it.
So
Do you know
strange.
that-
I don't get it.
That's the last thing I wanted to wear was a belt.
Exactly.
Do you know that channel? Is it Down the Rabbit Hole?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She posted the photo of Nick and Gypsy where she's highly manipulated the photo, and then she posted a picture of Gypsy next to it, when she's wearing her court outfit, and it looks like she's wearing Ken's clothes.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
so
it does.
weird.
Like the same color shirt, the same bottoms. It looks like she's wearing Ken's
Yes.
clothes. The side by side. It's really strange.
He's
You'd have
gonna
to
be
see
screaming
that.
like Adam Sandler and Waterboy sacking
That's so
people.
funny.
You think she was salty because Ryan didn't show up?
You
Yeah.
can do it.
Oh yeah. Oh
She
yeah.
dyed. She got the hair brown and everything.
Why does she have to? Why is she hiding her face? She's all over the media. I don't get it.
I'm trying to be private.
Right? You
Oh,
had to be
my God.
Photoshop.
What are
My
you
favorite.
talking
Fuck off,
about?
man.
Leave Gypsy alone.
I
Fuck,
I
man.
don't get it. I don't get it, man. It's like, why are you hiding your face? Because there's no
She was,
filters.
you know what?
mean,
she was
who
sucking.
are
She was
what?
sucking her bottle under there. That's what was going on.
God.
She was sucking her
But who are
bottle.
these other people? Are they TMZ? Are they Lifetime?
Yeah,
Who are
probably
they?
yeah, because they've called them there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't know. These people work for a living. They're not just covering Gypsy, So obviously, Christy and Gypsy called them. Hey, we're going to be at the courthouse. I'm telling you 100% that happened. There's no
Yeah.
doubt in my mind about how these paparazzi work. These paparazzi are covering a lot of people. You know what I mean? And time is money. And they're not just following Gypsy around. They're not doing that. So they've been called, and then they get there, and then they're acting crazy out in front. Like Gypsy's covering her face, and they're probably like, "What the hell? You guys called us here." Yeah. So ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, Christy, calm down.
Yeah, Christy. Yeah, she's just like acting crazy, like she's out of control. Like something's
Really
gonna
kind of
happen
says
to
she
Gypsy.
borrowed a jacket. She got herself a jacket.
This is so. And then she goes, "Fuck off." Did you hear her?
The
Yeah.
man.
Uh-uh.
It's the man.
Well, when Christy goes on TikTok, she gives the same kind of presence
her.
on TikTok
Look at her.
too.
No
Like,
pictures. No
it's like
pictures.
you
There
called
was
me,
some
Christy.
fucked
I
up.
just talked to you on the phone 5 minutes ago, Christy. Probably is what he's thinking.
Oh, I went too far again.
Oh.
There we go. It's like the steps of the White House.
Yeah. And Christy's like,
"Oh, it's Gypsy."
"Oh well, no, get away from my baby.
Fuck
Get away
off,
from
man.
her." And Gypsy's
Fuck
like,
off,
"Calm down."
man.
That's good.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Why are they walking in different directions than when they came? I guess that's it.
She had to have been upset. There's a reason she doesn't want her facing. Like she's not. I mean, she having a bad day.
she
She's
looks
mad
terrible.
Ryan's not there.
Yeah,
Did
she's
the
mad
court
that
not go
She's
her
mad
way?
Ryan's not there and Ken didn't come. She's mad.
and something about money.
Yeah, I heard that too. That's something maybe she's gonna have to pay Ryan some money.
Well, I think he has he because they're still married and the book was released, and that's considered an asset.
Yeah, joint property probably. Yeah.
Maybe did you hear anything about a paternity test? Like, does they have to go through the courts for that, or?
Well, probably when the baby's born, I think there has to be an
Yeah.
official one
Yeah.
in Louisiana, is my understanding. So, yeah, she's probably mad. Ryan's like, "Yeah, I'm not going," and it didn't go the way she wanted it to, so she's pissed. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Fuck you."
Fuck you. Don't take my picture. Somebody put her. Did you see someone did a meme where they have that outfit she's wearing with and then they put like a McDonald's hat on her with a McDonald's.
Yes, we saw that last
so
night
funny.
on Mr. Morbid.
I'm loving it. Yeah. Yeah. Just she's so weird with those black shoes. I don't know why she likes those black grandma shoes so much too.
They
It's so
almost look
weird.
like medical.
The little
needed.
cloggers, the little clogger shoes.
Yeah.
Like orthopedic.
Right, they look orthopedic.
They might be. She might need
Oh,
orthopedic
for her
shoes.
legs. For her legs
Yeah.
when they go like sleepy.
And she walks funny.
She was walking weird, right? Like,
Yeah.
was
I mean,
noticing
her
that
bump
too.
isn't
She's got a
bump's
weird
not that
gait.
big, not
Yeah.
enough to waddle, which is weird
Yeah.
considering she's birthing next month.
I mean,
Yeah,
she's supposed
she's
to be super
been-
pregnant right now. She's supposed to
Yeah.
be giving birth in just like 3 or
couple
4
She's
weeks.
very tiny. I mean, even though I didn't gain a ton of weight with either, I showed like that
Yeah.
just doesn't, I don't know.
And so someone said in the chat, and I had the same thought today, was that if she is indeed, she's going to be giving birth in just a few weeks, could it be that the baby's really small and that this is an indication that the baby has the micro deletion? Which
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I was
possible.
thinking. I was thinking that's a small baby. That's like a 5-pound baby, That's
Very possible.
and I hope not. I don't want that to
Yeah,
happen.
I don't
but
hope that. But
no, I don't
I
hope it at
also know
all.
she does not like the appearance. Would she say, who wants to look pregnant? I can't get, she's
But
not
she
embracing
wanted
it
to for
A
a long
happy pregnant lady who
at
can't
all.
wait to have a baby is who
Yeah.
wants to look pregnant.
Well, she has to face reality that she does carry that chromosome deletion gene, and I don't think she acknowledges even herself carrying it, let alone passing
Yes,
it
she's in
down.
denial.
Yeah.
Hello, Starlight. Did you get an email I sent? I've just titled it Apple.
Oh no, let me look. I was looking at something else.
I did a screenshot to show you what I was trying to talk about earlier. I'm not good at explaining things sometimes.
I was okay. get to that.
The other thing is that Gypsy's so, she's only 4'11", 5 foot, and usually, someone that small, you're really gonna show at this point, unless
Yeah.
it's a really small baby or something,
Yeah.
It looks like
you know.
she's gotten smaller.
Yeah,
I swear every photo she's in, she looks thinner than the
thinner.
last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me get this.
And I don't take her as like someone who works out.
Well,
No.
no, she's not. No.
Anything that
No.
involves work, no.
Yeah. Does anyone know how
You should
tall Ken
start a
is?
workout regimen if you haven't worked out before while you're pregnant.
Does anyone know how tall Ken is? Is he just like average size, like
Yeah, I think
5'8",
he's average.
5'10"? Yeah. He's not like 6 feet tall or anything, right? I mean, he's like
No.
5'8",
I-
5'10", something like that, probably.
I think
I'm not
Ryan
sure.
is 6 feet.
Is he? Okay. Yeah. Because, I'm just thinking how that he's normal size, that the baby should be a little bit bigger. I just feel like she should be showing a lot more that,
Well,
every
even that video Starlight just showed, she looked like she was wearing like a bra that was pushing down her, like flattening her chest. I don't know if you guys saw
Could
that.
be a reduction.
Oh, someone says he's 5'11". Maybe you're right. Maybe he is,
But when I
Yeah.
was pregnant, that was the first. I grew 3 cup sizes when I was pregnant,
Yeah.
and her chest looks like she's
Yeah, it's weird. That's weird
shrinking.
too, right? Yeah.
Like where's
Where's
the
the
hormones?
boobage? Yeah, where's the boobage? Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I know that the baby's a girl. I'm just thinking, you always go back to your own pregnancies. I had 3 sons and their dad was 6'4", and I gained they were big babies. They were like 9 and 10 pounds, but she just doesn't look like she's so small. My sister, I have one sister. My sister's 4'11", but built almost exactly like Gypsy, and my sister showed so quickly because she was so small. She was so little of a person,
Right.
So, yeah,
How
just
tall are your
weird.
boys?
My boys are all over 6 feet. 6 feet. 2 of them are 6 feet, and one is 6'2".
Okay. And 9, 10 pounds. That's a big boy.
Yeah, I'm only 5'4", so that's
Oh,
why they didn't.
oh wow.
I'm
Yeah,
only
I'm-
5'2".
Are
Oh,
you?
okay.
Yeah.
I'm almost
little,
6
yeah,
foot.
little, how
I'm
little and
5'8".
cute.
I would be your bodyguard. I'd be
I don't know.
Christy.
I just know about
Just
8
mean
months.
mugging people.
By 8 months, I was ready to pop. I was like, get this shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah,
My-
hell no.
my
I
son-
hated being pregnant.
My
It was
son
the
sat
worst.
in my spine, so I really didn't show.
Oh.
I just got wide. I didn't really, my stomach I didn't show really. Like people didn't know I was pregnant. I actually was a chef and I hid my pregnancy until 9 months. No one knew.
Wow.
No one knew I was pregnant.
Wow.
And then when I told them, they laid me off. So
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
that's nice.
I was the only female in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But it is really easy to hide
Oh,
if you want
no.
to hide it.
No.
If you're tall.
These pictures are. I didn't even think it was Gypsy when I saw these at first. I'm like,
Well,
who's
the
that?
first one does not have the filter on the
I
face.
did thought it
Oh,
was
okay.
AI. I thought it was like an AI.
I did too. It pretty much is. They just took her and
Chopped
changed.
When did
it
she
up.
grow her hair that long?
Those
Well,
are
that's
big.
That's
definitely
a wig.
too. Yeah.
You can
Wig,
see
it's a
the front.
bad one. We
You
were
can
The
see
party
the lace
party
in the
city
front.
wig.
There she goes with her wigs again. Her
I
dresses.
know,
again.
right? Those damn
Yes.
wigs. I know she wants to shave her head. I feel it in my bones.
I feel it too. I feel it coming. It's going to happen soon.
Yeah. Of course, Nina had a lot to say about the wig. I asked her, I was like, Nina, the wig. She went, oh.
Did Nina say that's a bad wig or
Oh,
what?
it's horrible.
Yeah.
We did the up close of it. It was really bad.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nina wears amazing wigs.
Good
I
try.
was-
Good
here's-
try.
Let's see if here's the first, no filter,
Yeah.
that's Gypsy.
Yeah, we know what she looks like. That's why it's so ridiculous that she comes out with these ridiculous AI things. And you're like, that's not even you. What the
Right. She,
hell?
like her AI baby on the cookie.
Oh, so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so
Yeah.
weird. Very, very
It
odd.
does suck to have that type of dysmorphia.
My boyfriend.
Yeah. And she said in the book that her mother, I just sometimes wonder if it's projection. I don't know. She said her mom had eating problems.
No, she said her mum had anorexia and bulimia, and I wasn't aware that you could have. No, now this is my obviously I don't know
Have
nothing about.
both, right? Yeah, usually
Yeah,
not.
it's usually one or the other.
Usually one or the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she said she was anorexic and bulimic, and I'm
Well,
thinking,
just like she said she had bipolar and schizophrenia. It's always this crazy crap, And you're like,
Yeah.
where did you get that from? Where's that
Right,
from?
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can be anorexic and bulimic, but I've
I don't
never.
think so.
I've never, because I've got friends that are either or. Do you know what I mean? They're
Well,
not.
yeah, because if you're not eating, you're anorexic.
You're not throwing up. Yeah.
So how can you throw up if you're not eating?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess her mom didn't eat meat. Maybe that's true, but I
Her
mean,
mom
there's
looked
always
like
a
she
little
ate.
truth in all of her lies, but it's
the gumbo.
Yeah.
Her mom sacrificed everything for her so she could get the medical help that she needed and be there for her 24/7. And this
Yeah.
is the type of shit that she get that Gypsy paints the world out to be like Dee Dee's this monster. Like that swoop video. Oh my
Yeah.
God. The pictures they used of Dee Dee. Oh, I was so mad how they
What was
portrayed
it? What
Dee
did
Dee in
they
that video.
use?
Did you not see it?
I didn't watch
I don't
it.
remember the pictures.
Oh, it's horrible. She uses this picture where she's literally grinding her teeth. Like Dee Dee looks like she's grinding her teeth.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Looking like
I know
she's
what you're talking
giving a
about, yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so horrible. I was so disappointed. I was like,
That's why I didn't watch it. Everyone told me it was disappointing, so it's like I better not.
Yeah. It was a hard watch for sure.
I've been going at her. There's a couple of pictures where Swoop's not using a filter, and I almost wanted to make a video where I'm asking Swoop if she gave her the same filter she gave Gypsy.
Aww. She suffers a lot with fibromyalgia, so I feel bad for her. She's had a tough
she
year.
does?
You
I didn't
can
know that.
still have fibromyalgia and be a bitch.
Well, she didn't even write a conspiracy told me because conspiracy commented on I've made a couple of videos going after Swoop, and she told me that Swoop doesn't even do her own research, and she literally just reads a script.
Right. That's true. Yeah, I've heard that
So
too.
people watch her for her so then her gift is her appearance, but she uses light. I don't know. I don't want to get into it on your channel, but I do be saying some shit about her appearance because she is African American, believe it or not.
Yeah, her mom is
white.
Yeah.
Well, her mom is white, so she's
mixed. She's mixed, like me. But I don't wear light makeup. I'm okay with my skin tone.
She's trying to be a white girl.
She is. I wasn't gonna say it, but since you said
it, I smell what you're stepping in.
And she uses a very, very heavy filter, very heavy.
Yeah.
Because I caught her without the filter.
I don't know anything about her. I don't even watch her. I have no clue.
How can you respect? She has over 500,000 followers? Like,
Yeah.
dude, why are you using your platform like that? And it's just like, did Gypsy's army pay you for this video? Like,
I just appreciate what she did with Andrew Tate and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's done some good investigative work in the past. That's why I was hoping that this one would really go there.
Yeah, because she covered Gypsy when she first came out. So I'm like, ooh, she's done her, she's done the research and the digging. And I was like, oh, no, she didn't.
She did.
Ken versus Ryan.
She says in the video that she will not acknowledge the debate.
Or she would not acknowledge the micro deletion either. She's like,
I'm not gonna.
It's like, what? Isn't that kind of a big bombshell?
She doesn't believe she straight up says she does not believe our community to be correct. She just straight up said that we're all liars.
Yeah, there's just no micro deletion. You got us. Just made that part up.
Yeah,
But
she
even though
just
Gypsy admitted to it,
Doesn't
I have
Gypsy
that.
admit to having it? That's
Yeah,
kind
she
of weird.
did. Of course she
and
did.
and
You
her
could
dad.
just
Admitted
show
to it
me
in
the
book.
picture of the pamphlet, and I'd be like, "Yep,
No,
Right.
according to Brie, that looks nothing like her.
Oh.
yes, it
Damn, it looks
does."
like her
Exactly
sister.
like
People
her.
think it's Gypsy.
Right.
Oh, no,
When I-
they don't. They don't. They don't. Looks nothing like her.
I'm
What's
feeling
Bree been up to
something's
lately? Does
brewing.
anyone know?
Dom,
I
Oh
don't.
my
I
gosh,
feel
she's
like
just
something's
bashing
brewing. I
everybody.
feel like
Okay.
things are. Not, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know nothing. It's just a
Yep.
feeling.
Yep.
yeah, I
Bree
agree.
Bree was on. Did you catch Bree's live last night?
She went
No.
No, what
live.
happened?
She was just she goes on these long hour, 2-3 hour
Where?
marathons about Nina,
Where?
filtered
God.
pictures on TikTok.
Like
On her live?
lately or
Yeah,
late?
it's in the Discord. They went after Just Injustice. Oh, that was
Last
Boston.
night?
Boston went after.
Boston
Yeah,
did,
Boston
yeah.
showed
Oh,
up
wow.
in my chat this morning.
You were
on
doing this on Breeze?
TikTok.
That was Boston.
No, it was
And then
Boston. It wasn't
Bree went
Bree.
live and went after
Oh.
Nina
Yes,
again.
but
And someone,
it's
and Dink.
that's
What?
ongoing. But that's, I mean, I don't know if you can't ever find them.
Huh.
She hasn't been going live. I didn't think she went live
Or
yesterday.
maybe it was Boston, so maybe I got it confused.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I'm
don't-
not,
Feel
I
free
don't
to
pay
agree with the
attention.
facts,
The
but
only
They
thing I
always,
was,
but they highlight Bree. She's in the
the
big
only
box.
thing I was
even if
paying
it's not
attention
her.
to
You're
last
very
night
right
was
about that, Nicole.
Dreamer. Oh, what is that?
But yeah, I'm very curious to see if, like, for instance, I kept getting reported when I was streaming Gypsy's book on TikTok, and I was
Yeah.
just like, why are they reporting me if this is their queen's book? Like, what's the
Right.
problem? I was letting it play. Yeah, I was having live
Because they want
reactions.
people to buy it.
Oh, yeah, well, they got me for selling tobacco and
Yeah, that's the go-to. It's
and
either
the
explicit,
suicide, self-harm,
yeah, or
Oh my
tobacco,
God.
and
illegal
sexual exploit. But my agency
firearms, sometimes
yeah,
explosives. I don't know.
my
Yes,
agency
case.
literally got it flipped in like 2 minutes, so I was able to finish
Oh,
the whole
please
book.
do. Sorry, please do.
can't
Case,
wait for that.
please.
Yeah, please do. All right. Well, it's been 3 hours, so I'm probably about to end this.
Oh,
Gotta
Lord.
go run some
All right.
errands. Thank you for coming up. I'm gonna do another one, but I need to clip some more of it before I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
Awesome.
I didn't find out from Sir Morbid. So is he just going live again on Friday then, or what's happening with the book signing thing? Do we know?
I don't know. Is he doing
Okay.
both nights?
I don't
or-
know.
Okay.
Why?
Right.
When
He's
is it?
gonna
Is it on
stream-
Thursday or
No,
Friday?
Friday.
Friday.
He's
Friday
gonna
the
stream.
13th.
Friday. Okay.
He said he's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
like
right.
check in, like he'll go live early and then like check in with the people is what he said.
Yeah.
All right, because I can't wait for that. I just really
I
am looking
really
forward.
love that video you made, Starlight. I really hope that reached a
Well,
lot of
you
people.
know, something to put out there. Figured somebody's got to
that.
do it.
Yep.
So yeah, justice for Dee Dee.
Justice
Yeah.
for DD.
Yeah, go to the book signing and the vigil, if you will. Is that what we're calling it? I don't
The
know.
vigil. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
vigil.
Yes,
Yeah.
a vigil for Dee Dee.
Yep.
Friday on Pink Pony Club. If you're not
Yep, for
following them on TikTok, make sure you do. I can't wait to watch her
Yep.
down there. And then I'm sure Morbid or whoever will stream it, right?
Right.
Yes.
So,
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was the plan.
Yeah.
'Cause
Keep
he
your
was talking
eyes
about waking up
peeled.
early.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right.
all right.
All right, guys.
Alright, then,
Thank
ladies.
you.
Bye,
Thank you so
Becca.
much.
Bye, Charlotte.
Thanks.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
Nicole.
Bye, guys.
You guys have a good day.
Bye.
You too. Bye. Bye, everybody. I will see you maybe tomorrow if I have the time. We will see. got some things to get done here. I'm about to go run some errands and, stuff and things. I want to thank you to the people who did donate to my PayPal. I appreciate it so much. My Cash App. Thank you. Thank you. Means a lot. Hopefully we'll get this dang monetization. I want to do some stuff with the members. I swear. I was excited about that part. But anyhow, all right, we're going to do, more of the reviewing of Gypsy's book. I'll get some clips together, and do not buy it. If you need a copy of the book, message me, or anyone that was on the panel may have it, but I can definitely get it to you for free, so you do not have to buy it. So just let me know. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for listening to me run my mouth, and I will see you next time. Peace out. A disclaimer that I don't have all that much time today. Got a little bit of time today.
This beat is going to drop in 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's fair game, right? Bye, everybody.